serious? I have him in as a starting tight end, so I'm just going with that until I see something different.
He's not starting tonight.
Right?
Okay, so best gift is an alarm clock. Okay, so we want to come in. We want to introduce the new section up to Division 3. We can talk about our upcoming schedule and then maybe break. Does that sound good?
Welcome to Mingus Runner Football here on KYBC AM 1600 along with 96.3 FM along with Jackie Bessler. I'm Zach Calandra. You can watch us all season long on Verde Valley TV Cable Channel 2 on Cable 1 and Suddenlink Channel 2. Jackie, here we go into a new season of Mingus Runner Football, a season of which the team has high hopes of coming out on top as they move back into Division 3 against a lot of former opponents in a league that they played in for a long time when it was Division 4. And we'll see how it goes here right from the very beginning against an old Division 4 opponent as SnowFlake is in town for our first game of the season.
Well, it's going to be really interesting as I look through the schedule. It almost feels more like Division 4, not 4A, going all the way back to Division 4 as we start off with SnowFlake here today at home, but then on the road next week to go play Cactus. We can take a look at our schedule here for the upcoming season. It includes Cactus next week and then a special Thursday night game against Paradise Valley.
That's here at home.
That is here at home on a Thursday night, and then we'll play Division 1 one team North. North High School never matched up with them. And then it is into our new section from there.
Yeah.
Bradshaw, Flagstaff, Mojave, Kingman, Cocoa, and Prescott. That is our new section. What's your thoughts on that?
Looks a lot like the old Grand Canyon. Almost
does.
every one of those teams is in the Grand Canyon. As a matter of fact, except for Kingman, they all have been in the Grand Canyon at one point or another. So, like I said, it's kind of old familiar territory when you get into the state tournament and you start looking at some of the teams that we'll be facing as the playoffs come around. You're looking at teams like Williams Field again. You're looking at the Gilbert teams and down the Queen Creek and teams like that. So there's going to be a lot of familiar teams that the Marauders just haven't played in the last 2 years in our last 2-year set where we were stuck up with the White Mountain teams like this SnowFlake team. But now we're going to get back into playing against the teams that we played against in years past. And if you remember, JB, the Marauders were in the playoffs every year in the years we played against these teams and won a state championship. So moving back up in the level of competition I don't think is that big of a deal for Mingus because they're returning to that level of competition. They're not actually stepping up.
Well, you take a look at AZ Central. If you happen to pop on there and got one of your free usages.
Right, if you're not out of usages.
If you're not out of usages, indeed. But if you did, interesting. Mingus just coming up for Division 4. That is the only mention they get whatsoever. They picked Flagstaff #1 in our section.
I don't get it.
And that was because they have so many returning players, apparently. However, Mingus beat Flagstaff 41-13 last year.
And 55-0 the year before.
Right, exactly. And then also beat Cocoa, who was 8-2 and did not make playoffs last year. Following Flagstaff, they were picking Prescott and then Bradshaw as the dark horse.
Now, you talk about Coconino last year going 8-2 and not making the playoffs. Cupcake schedule. Mingus with SnowFlake, Cactus, Paradise Valley. Bradshaw should win some games. Flagstaff's supposed to be much better. Coconino, if they can win 8 games again. And Prescott, Mingus has a schedule that should at least get them, if they can win the majority of their games, should at least get them in the upper half of the playoffs.
Oh, I have no doubts about that. But Mingus has got to start it right here against the Lobos. Yeah. We have not beaten a White Mountain team yet.
I know. What's up with that? They're here in town again. We haven't beaten any of those teams up there. SnowFlake, Sholo, or Lakeside Blue Ridge. We're 0 for the White Mountain, so we brought them down here this year. And let's see if we can get a win on opening night tonight and head in down to Cactus next week with a full head of steam. All right, fans, we're glad to have you along. Welcome back to Mingus Marauder Football. The Marauders and the Lobos from SnowFlake out on the field getting ready for tonight's ball game. We'll be back after this quick timeout.
Digitel, a Verizon premium wireless retailer. Come in today for the latest from America's largest and most reliable wireless network, including nationwide unlimited talk from Motorola, LG, Samsung, Apple, and HTC. Find Digitel, your Verizon premium wireless retailer, in the Flagstaff Mall, in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street, in Payson at 401 North Beeline Highway, and in Prescott with locations in the Prescott Gateway Mall, Willow Crossroads, and the shops at Prescott Gateway.
Would you rather recycle like this or like this? Clean Recycling processes over 95% of the materials collected as opposed to under 20% with other processes. Just add a recycling container and your recycling materials end up recycled instead of in the landfill. Just one of the many reasons Taylor Waste has been voted #1 for the past 8 years in a row.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Hi, I'm John Andretti for Window World, America's largest replacement window company. Made in the USA. That's a powerful statement. It's also our story. Window World was born here, and the products we sell and install are made here. Our stores are locally owned, so your money goes to work here in our community. We think that making American homes more energy efficient goes hand in hand with protecting American jobs. Window World, American made, American owned.
Visit the new location at 101 Air Park Road in Cottonwood. Call 649-9111, ROC number 286642.
Remember when you were younger and your parents said,
"Don't make a mess"?
And remember comments like,
"Pipe down."
River. Now it's time to find your own voice.
Don't bounce the ball in the house.
Strike out on your own. Remember the rules, but don't be afraid to take chances. Explore your sense of wonder. Feed your curiosity. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Back at Mingus High School along with Jackie Bessler, I'm Zach Calandra, and the season starts tonight. These kids have been working since the end of last season. They've had training camps all summer long. They went to California a couple of times. They've been in the weight room getting ready for this tonight, opening night, and it's here at home against the SnowFlake Lobos. This should be a good matchup and a good game for the Mingus Marauders to really find out where they are, JB. And this is a good team to come out to get your feet wet with, because they're going to give you a good competition here on opening night. Now, one thing for the Marauders that is a bright spot, Jackie, is that as far as injuries go, this team's pretty healthy. They're not dinged up so much. As a matter of fact, the injury report that we have is a good one. Now, we've got players coming back from last year, and nobody really dinged up so much this year. Well,
exactly. The Northern Arizona Rehabilitation and Fitness Injury Report is pretty clean. We had a stinger last week with Javin Helsel, and, you know, he put a little ice on it. Looks like he's back running around, no problems whatsoever. That was against Agua Fria. And then Anthony Broyles, who we missed all season long last year, and an incredible runner. However, we may not see him on offense too much this year, mostly on defense. I think he's going to lead the defense this year.
They hope not to see him too much on offense, because they've got a stable of running backs right now. There's a bunch of kids right there that they can hand that pigskin to, and they would rather have Broyles just play on the defensive side of the ball and run around hitting people like a wild man. Helsel, like you said, dinged up a little bit, got a stinger last week in the game against Agua Fria, which is a team that's ranked right now coming into this season in our division, Division 3. It was a touchdown run, by the way. I want to point that out, that he did score a touchdown when he got dinged up there. And then as a precautionary measure, the team pulled him out, took his shoulder pads off, put an ice pack on it, and you're good for the rest of the day. We want you for the rest of the year, not so much here in this scrimmage. In the scrimmage, Jackie, I thought that the Mingus Marauders controlled both sides of the line, which was very promising to me, because obviously that's what it comes down to for this Mingus Marauder team, as it does every year seemingly. Got a good complement of running backs, got a good complement of skill position guys. Can the line give us just that second or so that we need to make things happen? And from what I saw last week against a bigger Agua Fria team, Mingus did a nice job of dominating both sides of the line, I thought.
Well, Mingus did it with speed, without a doubt. Able to run the field 60 yards for what we consider to be 2 scores, 3 takeaways, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery, more of a strip, no giveaways, no turnovers in the scrimmage against Agua Fria.
Defensive scores.
Defensive scores, definitely. And, you know, we imagine that would have been about a half of football. And from our perspective up here in the press box, it would have been Mingus 28, Agua Fria 14. And that included the time they put the ball on the 10.
They scored once with the ball on the 10, not from the full 40, 60 yards they had to go. Now, Agua Fria was a fast team.
Yeah.
Those are guys that could move, and they had a pretty big running back. They tried the middle, not much doing there. They tried getting outside, and like most Mingus Marauder defenses, this is a team that's got a lot of speed. They can chase you from sideline to sideline. They just don't want to see it cut it up the field. And even then, they've got guys in their secondary this year that I think are the tenacious type that are going to come up and hit you for trying to run down the field.
Well, yes, the punishing moves, yes. Try to work my corner, absolutely. Hey, we do want to thank our friends, Taryn Walls and his team of professionals at Northern Arizona Rehabilitation and Fitness, and serving Northern Arizona since 2000. They've been providing the highest quality of physical therapy in the Verde Valley, and once again, we're proud to report Anthony Broyles back from the knee surgery and appears to be without a gimp, without any problems out there, and he's going to be key for the Marauders this year.
Well, we got the referees over there smacking around the goalpost, JB. They're getting ready, too, stretching out the legs. This might take a while. Get these guys all stretched out.
No, either that or they're daring the lightning, right?
All right, fans, let's take a quick break right here. This is Mingus Marauder Football. We're glad to be back with you for another exciting year. It's the 23 years in a row now. 22 years in a row. Well, something getting older. My memory doesn't stay with me. But 22 years in a row that Mingus Marauder Football right here from Yai the Pie Broadcasting. All right, fans, let's take a quick break. We will be back for more of the pregame show coming up from right here at Mingus High School, live from the cave.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. There are now 3 varieties of Doritos Locos Tacos at Taco Bell: Nacho Cheese, Cool Ranch, and the new Fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
It's time for the year's best deals on the industry's best-selling machines during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance. Rebates up to $1,000 and financing as low as 2.99% on machines built to tackle your off-road passions. Hurry to your Polaris dealer today. Deals this good won't last long. Huge rebates and incredible financing going on now during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Visit Cottonwood Motorsports at Route 260 and Western Drive.
Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros give you more miles for your money. Locally owned and grown, Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros will beat any competitor. Bring your best deal and they'll beat it on price, total service, tire quality, and arguably the best nationwide warranty. For 24 months or 24,000 miles and available at 30,000 locations coast to coast. Get more miles for your money every day from your hometown team, Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros.
Back at Mingus High School, taking a look at the Mingus Marauders last season, JB. Started last season right here at home against another White Mountain team, 16-13, a loss to open the season with the Lakeside Blue Ridge. So we got SnowFlake in town this year. See if we can do a little better with those guys.
Well, truly, we needed 2 more minutes in that game to beat Lakeside Blue Ridge.
Remember.
And they knew it. They escaped Cottonwood with a victory, and they were. Mingus came out in the first half and just could not quite get it done during the course of that particular game. Now, the last 2 matchups with our friends here from SnowFlakes, the Lobos, well, they've beaten us twice last season, 37-17, and that was game number 9 in the season. And in 2011 at SnowFlake, 32-29, Mingus scored last a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to bring it within 3 points, but once again ran out of clock.
Yeah, well, let's see how things go here tonight with SnowFlake. These are 2 teams that do know each other a little bit, even though they haven't played against each other except for the last 2 years. Looking at the rest of last year, after that Blue Ridge loss, the Marauders went on quite a run. They won, 5 or 6 games in a row, including a shutout of Chino Valley, 50-0, and a 54-0 shutout of Payson.
Right, exactly. And Mingus had big victories over Coconino, 28-17, and that was a particular win during the course of the season. That's what we were talking about. I mean, Mingus has done well against the former Grand Canyon region teams.
Right.
A 23-7 win over Bradshaw. Bradshaw apparently lost their sophomore quarterback, which was coming up, apparently transferred to Prescott. Prescott, we lost 17-0, and that was a heartbreaking loss during the course of the season.
But the Mangarelli's gone.
Yeah, that's true. Mangarelli, who was a huge part of their offense last year, has graduated on. 34 carries a game or something along those lines.
But Mingus best in the state for sure.
No doubts. Mingus went in to the playoffs, played Coolidge to a 17-13 or 17-14 victory.
Right.
That was a huge battle all the way through that one, and then lost to the eventual champion of Division IV, Seton Catholic, 28-21.
Another game that they were in, and most likely, I think they should have won, and they think they should have won. I'm pretty sure it's just a couple of broken plays in that game that were the difference. A couple of big touchdowns towards the end there for Seton Catholic, and they came out with a victory, and as you said, went on to be the state champion. They didn't have any problem getting through these White Mountain teams once it came down time to play in the playoffs.
No, in fact, they did exceptionally well against taking down Blue Ridge in the championship game. Now, interesting enough, SnowFlake last year played so well against everybody, but got shut out twice by Blue Ridge, 50-0 in game number 2 of last season, and then turned around and lost in the semifinal round, 44-0 to Blue Ridge.
Yeah. Now next week's opponent, Cactus.
Whoops.
That's what you're talking about.
The Cobras, yeah.
If you look at Mingus over the years with Cactus, and even in years where Mingus has been a very good football team and finished the season with a good record, they've had a run-in with Cactus, and they get that 52-7 thumping. And I think, that may be the same thing with SnowFlake going against Blue Ridge. having a great season, but you get that 44-0 thumping.
Well, last time we played Cactus, and we played them twice, 2005, 2006, we lost 52-7, and then 45-21 in 2006. Now, that was 2006. We are now 7 seasons away. We're like 2 generations of high school players.
Right, exactly.
So hopefully that whole chip art, bug, everything is just completely out of the system.
Right, well, these kids don't remember that.
Right.
These kids don't remember that Cactus used to just pound us down there, so they're going to go down there with a whole fresh outlook on things, get a win here tonight against SnowFlake, feeling good about themselves next week as we head down to Glendale to take on Larry Feckenheimer's Cactus Cobras. There's another guy, a legend in high school football here in Arizona. Feckenheimer's been there at Cactus longer than we've been doing these games, and just kind of one of those guys that found a niche, found his spot, and he dug in, and he's been there forever, and his teams continue to excel year after year.
I.e. Mr. Christensen.
John Christensen here in the box with us.
See?
He inspired me.
Yeah, see? Talking about legends, high school legends. There you go. There's one. Coming back for how many seasons have you been filming? 84
since
seasons?
84. No, since 84.
65 in California. Oh, my gosh. Holy cow. John, nice to see you again. Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be fun with Christensen coming back. But that's exactly what we're talking about. You know, nobody, a few of the coaches will, but other than that, none of the kids are going to remember the Cactus Cobras. John Christensen will remember. He remembers those games.
And, you know, the coaches will, and that's a good point because they're going to put that stuff up there for them to see. Now, this is the last time we played them, 52-7, whatever it was, 45-21.
Right.
This is what can happen to us if we don't go down there and play our best football game. Now, coming off a win here tonight is what you're hoping for.
Right.
And then you're feeling good about yourselves, and you want them to feel good about themselves, but you also want them to know that no matter how good you feel tonight after this big win, next week you're going up against the real deal. This is a team that is in the playoffs year after year. They're not a one-and-done type of team. And like you said earlier, this is a team that's ranked high this year. This is a team that's expected to compete. I think they're ranked in the top 3 at this point, and that's going to be a tough team to play. If Mingus can win this one and win that one, JB, and there's really going to be something to talk about.
Oh, no doubts about it. But SnowFlake on the table here in front of us here today. SnowFlake has had our number the last couple of times we have played them. We've got that white mountain sitting above us and over the top of our heads. So Mingus has got to be able to break through that ceiling here tonight.
All right, fans, we're going to get ready for the football game. The Mingus Runner Band is out on the field and getting ready to entertain the fans here. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back to Mingus High School for the opening kickoff coming up right after this.
Here in the Verde Valley, it's always a great time to ride. And for all your cycle needs, it's always a great time to visit D&K Service Cycle and ATV. Their certified technicians can keep your street bike or your dirt bike in tip-top shape year-round. Stop in and check out the full inventory of riding gear. At D&K, they can help sell your good used motorcycles too. Go to dkservicecycle.com and find out about the consignment program. D&K Service Cycle and ATV in Cottonwood, a quarter-mile south of Walmart.
2 things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
This is Travis Reed from Larry Green Chevrolet and Hyundai of Cottonwood. People often refer to us as the people place. Let me assure you, whether it's our involvement in the community or with our customers that visit, we make it a priority to keep that reputation. If you're in the market for a newer pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and our sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet and Hyundai of Cottonwood, 2 dealerships in 1 convenient location just off Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood. From all of us at Larry Green Chevrolet, Hyundai of Cottonwood, and the Green Auto Group,
we're better, and we'll prove it.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips, with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Texaco fuel with your Safeway Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to pick up those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here.
With something for everyone.
At the Suzy Q Market.
Next to KFC on Main Street, Cottonwood.
Go Marauders!
Back at Mingus High School, looks like the rain is just starting to come down a little bit here. Our fans out in the crowd getting the umbrellas up, getting the rain jackets on. JB wearing jackets. It's August in Arizona. Well, barely, but it is still August in Arizona. I got people out here with sweatshirts and jackets on.
Oh, not just barely Arizona, barely August. Okay, got it. I'm with you now.
Oh, no, we're deep in Arizona. We're deep in the heart.
Hey, we got a few new features this year for the 2013 season.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, starting next week, we are going to start with the Marauder Special over at Vinny's. And if you haven't heard, they've moved to a bigger and better location, and that is 6th Street and the 89A bypass. The old Clemenceau building is now belonging to Vinny.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the corner spot, so when you go through, I mean, it's beautiful in there. He's got to get his speakers in there so you can listen to more Mingus Marauder football. But other than that, it's absolutely perfect.
I can't believe that wasn't done first.
Well, you had to get the grill going. You know, the grill, the fridge, you know, the freezer, electric. There were a few things that took precedence. But other than that, also, we're going to have the Larry Green pick of the game here this year. And hopefully we're going to get enough interceptions, Mingus Marauder interceptions, that is, during the course of the season that we'll have a hard time picking which one is going to be the Larry Green pick of the game, and then we'll get to tell you all about the car special.
Well, we'll have to have a ranking system, like the one that goes to the house.
Right.
The first one that goes to the house,
right,
in case there's a couple of them.
Right.
The one that went the furthest to the house.
Right.
And then, you know, that one that just saved the game at the end but he didn't score on.
Oh, that's okay. The one that lowers the blood pressure, that's the one I'm going to pick.
The one that puts us in the victory formation.
Indeed. Also want to tell you that Digitel is back as our Player of the Game sponsor this year, and so we want to welcome that back. I was down on the field before the game getting pictures of all sorts of kids, so I got like 37 pictures, so I'm hoping one of them works out to be the Player of the Game.
Turns out to be the Player of the Game, yeah. There'll be some other kid that we didn't know about, but he'll be on there next year.
He'll be on there next week without a doubt.
We need to get a trailer. Put them on the horse trailer like they used to do on Monday Night Football or something.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a trailer. We could just put them on the thing. We need to get pictures of the kids, slap them up there.
There you go.
Get Vinny to donate like a pizza or something.
That'll work. That'll work. Well, here tonight we were talking about the SnowFlake squad coming to town, and tell you they are no slouch. Last season, SnowFlake did exceptionally well, 10-3 overall. Their losses coming to Blue Ridge, who they lost to Blue Ridge twice. Once in the regular season, they lost to Sholo, and then didn't lose again until they lost to Blue Ridge in the semifinals of the Division 4 playoffs. However, the last time we played them was here at home, 37-17, a 20-point victory for the Lobos. And holy cow, they did it in the air with 236 yards in the air. Oops, they also did it on the ground with 277 yards on the ground. And Mingus gave up way too many yards, over 500 yards from the line of scrimmage. So that's going to be the first thing we got to work on here tonight.
Now, not real big in their backfield, the SnowFlake Lobos. Their main running backs, number 3, Lehigh Caldwell, 5'5", 141, and number 8, Nick Hall at 5'11", 176 pounds. The quarterback is 6'1", 191. He's probably their main threat. Other than that, you'll see a flanker, number 24, Rick Shumway, who's 6 foot 158. The wideouts are 5'10", 166, and the other one's on the second page here. Let's get him, and he's not very much bigger. Wideout 6'3", 191. So if you look at SnowFlake on paper as far as their skill positions, they're not real big, but I would imagine they're really fast, and they're led by their captain, who is at quarterback, Tide Reedhead.
And, you know, he didn't have a lot of passes last year, did not play an awful lot, but as a junior, you know, he's moving up the ranks. This will be his year.
All right, fans, let's take a final timeout. The teams are out on the field. The captains are out talking things over with the officials. We'll come back and find out who's got the ball first when we start this ball game right after this.
Digitel, a Verizon premium wireless retailer. Come in today for the latest from America's largest and most reliable wireless network, including nationwide unlimited talk from Motorola, LG, Samsung, Apple, and HTC. Find Digitel, your Verizon premium wireless retailer, in the Flagstaff Mall, in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street, in Payson at 401 North Beeline Highway, and in Prescott with locations in the Prescott Gateway Mall, Willow Crossroads, and the shops at Prescott Gateway.
Back at Mingus High School, look at those new uniforms, JB. They've got huge numbers that are outlined in red, white, and black, and very easy to see. And we appreciate the Mingus Bronner coaching staff and faculty here that ordered the new uniforms that were easily readable.
Well, I think they were paying attention as the broadcasters age.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we haven't had an optometrist as a sponsor yet.
Oh, we need one.
We do.
So SnowFlake won the toss, and they elected to kick the ball. So the Mingus Marauders will receive to start the game, sending Brennan Kitchen back deep along with, it looks like it's 28, Dakota Hanks will be the two deep men here for the Mingus Marauders. The kicker for SnowFlake is 28, Brock Austin, a junior, 5'10", 161 pounds.
Well, Kitchen and Hanks are both very dangerous back there as return men. Kitchen was so elusive, especially during the course of the season. I got to imagine if they watched any film at all, they don't want to kick to Kitchen.
No, and it looks like the Marauders have a lot of good hands guys up on the line as well, just in case SnowFlake wants to get things started. A little razzle-dazzle right off the go. SnowFlake in their white uniforms with the blue and black trim. The Mingus Marauders in their home reds with the silver helmets, silver pants, and black and white trim. Here's a kick taken by Kitchen at the 15. Kitchen across the 30, still on his feet, spinning around and breaking a tackle or two, and out across the 35-yard line. It'll be brought down at about the 37, it looks like, is where they're going to mark them. And good field position for the Marauders as they bring their offense out on the field for the first time here in 2013.
Well, nice return, about 17 yards for the Mingus Marauders, and that's what I mean. Either one of those two back there is going to be dangerous.
Mingus led by senior quarterback Micah Navarez, 6 foot, 175 pounds. He's got number 23, Dakota Hanks, and 6, Jevin Helsel behind him in the backfield. Marauder lineman gets set, man in motion from right to left. Looks like Mingus was offsides. Illegal motion by, I think it was the right tackle that time. They got a little quick start. Brennan Kitchen, number 11, will see a lot of time in the backfield, along with number 4, Taylor Thagard, number 9, Herb Tiffany. The wideouts are 28, Jesse Rios, and 16, Tanner Karen, and the tight end, number 88, Zach Simmons.
Well, Mingus starts off with a penalty. Oops.
Yeah, that's not the way you start. 14, Marshall Schill is out on the field for the Marauders right now. Looks like he might be in at the tight end position. First down and 15 now. Marauders at their own 32-yard line. Here's a snap. They're going to sweep to the right-hand side and through the line of scrimmage, and not much more after that is Helsel. He'll get out to about the 35-yard line, a gain of 3, and brings up, well, it's only a gain of 2. It looks like they had him at the 33, so a gain of 2 and brings up second down and 13 now for the Marauders.
Well, he really wanted to get to the outside, and SnowFlake did a pretty decent job of avalanching the outside, not giving him the outside avenue to run in.
Working in the middle of the field between the hash marks. Marauders going from left to right across your radio dial, working away from the scoreboard here at Mingus High School. Game just underway. And here's a snap. Mingus is going to hold on to it. No, they're going to hand off to the fullback, Dakota Hanks, who keeps chugging forward. And he'll have about 5 yards. Looks like one guy's got him marked at the 40-yard line. The other guy's got him closer to the 39. They're going to mark him right at the 40, which brings up third and long now for Mingus. Third and about 8. They've got to get out near midfield to the 48.
Dakota Hanks had a lot on his shoulders last season as he continues to play that fullback position up the middle.
One wide out on the left, one on the right. Double wing-back formation, one back behind quarterback Navarez. Navarez drops back, full protection, goes up top left-hand side, has a man. Reception made down the left sideline and out of bounds, but not before a big first down to the SnowFlake 44-yard line. And trying to see a number on that one, it may be Rios. It looks like it is number 28. Jesse Rios, a 6 foot, 170-pound wideout that picks up the big first down for Mingus on third down and 8. Marauders moving the ball now onto the Lobo side of the field.
Great pass play out there as Navarez does a great job just setting himself in the pocket, finding his receiver.
Man in motion, handoff, and drilled in the backfield. Oh boy, defense came flying through that time and made the Marauders pay. It was number 1, Lehigh Caldwell, that came flying through the line and just drilled the Marauder running back, who I believe was Helsel again.
Oof.
Loss of 4 on that play.
Yeah, loss of 4. Man, that was a huge hit. And nonetheless, looks like it's closer to 3, really. 1, 2, 3. It's second down and 13. As the Marauders head back to the line of scrimmage, linemen set down. Here's a snap. They're going to try to sweep right-hand side, pulling a guard outside. Helsel tucks his head and dives in between two defenders, and he'll have a couple of yards as he is able to reach the 45-yard line, which is still short of the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd down and 11 for Mingus.
Yeah, not so great for the Marauders as this swarming defense by the Lobos is starting to show their muscle a little bit. However, Mingus was able to break it on a 3rd down pass last time.
Brennan Kitchen comes into the ball game, replacing Herb Tiffany. And quarterback Navarra set under center. Tyler Bond is the center. And here's a snap, and they're going to hand off a sweep to Kitchen, trying to get outside, and now he will get outside, but he's going to be caught. He didn't quite get all the way outside. It looked like he was going outside, and then he cut it right back as he got to about the hash mark. And he'll have a gain of about 4 yards to the 41-yard line, where it is now 4th down and about 6 or 7 here for Mingus.
It's that part of the field where you could go either way, whether you're going to go for it or not.
Yeah, and Coach Young, I think after watching his defense play last week, wouldn't be too worried about going forward here and giving the team the ball where they started in the scrimmage last week as well. Here we go. We're going to see it. 4th down and about 7 for the Marauders, working from between the hash marks. And the defense jumps and no flags. And looking to throw is Navarez. Being run down from behind. Navarez throws it up, intended for Kitchen. Incomplete over his head. No flag on the play. It looked like the defense may have jumped a little bit, but maybe they were able to get back before the snap. And the Marauders, first possession of the year, they move the ball, pick up 1 first down, and then turn it over on downs at the SnowFlake 41.
Well, 7 plays, 25 yards, and the Mingus Marauders will give the Lobos their first shot this season.
Let's see the Marauder defense out on the field. Now, one thing I noticed as accustomed to head coach Bob Young, not a lot of guys going both ways out there. Try to stay fresh with guys playing either offense or defense. And awaiting the snap, here it is, and handoff, inside handoff, going up the middle and nothing doing there. Marauders all over the running back. Nowhere to run that time for Nick Hall. He got the inside handoff, tried to go to the right side of the offensive line, and there were 2 Marauders stood him up right at the line of scrimmage. And with that spot, he may have lost about a football's worth.
Well, great penetration by the Mingus Marauders out there. And Mingus has got almost a full
Isaiah Baker there in the middle.
Yeah, no kidding. And then Eppinger on the other side, I think.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
And then 59, Hockman.
Mm-hmm. 2nd down and 11 now for the Lobos from a shotgun. Wing back on the right, running back in front of the quarterback. Quarterback looking to throw. He's flushed out of the pocket, tucks the run, and they'll break an initial tackle, and still on his feet, and finally dragged down. Wow, what a good run. He gained about 5 yards after initial contact, dragging Marauder defenders with him. Not going very far, but dragging them down the field nonetheless, out to about the 45-yard line, where it will now be 3rd down and 6.
Well, it looked like May finally got him for the Mingus Marauders, number 61, making the final contact to make the tackle.
Mingus defense looking for a 3 and out here. Quarterback Ty Reedhead set in the shotgun. Man in motion from his left to right, and they're going to hand off to the man trying to get to the right sideline, and he's chopped down at the line of scrimmage. Will fall forward for a yard, but it's not going to be much more than that, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 5 now for SnowFlake from their own side of the field, marked at the 47-yard line, and SnowFlake will look to punt the ball away. Mingus looks like they've got, I believe it's Jesse Rios back to return.
Wow, we are just full of return men. Running the ball out there for the Lobos, number 32, Trevor McCray. He's a junior.
And awaiting the punt, the punter is the quarterback, Ty Reedhead, so you got to watch that. And he's going to roll right and then pooch it away. And it will bounce towards the sideline and out of bounds right around the 15-yard line. The referee steps up to the 16. Hey, we got an extra one. 1st down and 10, Mingus. And both teams have had the ball once. The Marauders have a 1st down, and now they'll have it for their 2nd possession here of the season. We're just underway, getting things rolling here against SnowFlake. 6:22 left in the opening quarter of play.
Well, last time these two squads met, It was SnowFlake could do just about anything they wanted to, in the air or on the ground. 160 yards by Chase Walden, who was also their leading their quarterback. So their quarterback accounted for almost 400 of their 500 yards last year.
Mingus going spread, trips on the right, 2 on the left-hand side. Quarterback set under center, quick screen pass to the left-hand side, and he's got a man, catch made, and about 5 yards, depending on the spot. And it looks like it's Helsel that made the reception. He was at a wing-back position on the left-hand side and just kind of caught the ball and followed his one blocker, got what he could, and it's a good play on first down, brings up second and short, opens up the playbook for head coach Bob Young.
Well, and it was in the air, which is, just mixing it up is what I like. We've got 3 passes so far by Navarez. Sometimes we've seen entire halves without 3 passes.
Wing T formation now as the Marauders look to hand off up the middle, and not much doing that time. They may have lost. No, they're going to give them progress of about 1 yard. So it's going to bring up third down for Mingus as they do move the stick up to about the 23. Where are they going to move it out to? Yeah, about the 23-yard line. They need to get to the 31 and maybe a half. Or I'm sorry, not to the 26 and about a half to pick up a first down.
Well, Dakota Hanks has been a workhorse. He had 710 rushing yards last season, Zach.
Tanner Karen at a wide out position on the right side. Looks like Rio split wide on the left. Here's a snap. Navarez 3 steps, drop, throws to the sideline, and it's incomplete. Looking for Rios. Would have been first down yardage. The coverage that time by Matt LaGrange. And the Marauders now on 4th down and 3 from their own 23-yard line are going to look to punt this ball away. Marshall Schill will be the punter for Mingus.
Also a potential quarterback, so you always have the threat of throwing. He's a heck of a pitcher.
Here's the snap, and Schill gets off the left-footed boot towards the SnowFlake sideline, takes a lateral bounce, and now will take a small Mingus bounce. And just about a trade-off there. That's about where the Lobos had the ball when they punted it away to Mingus. They've got it back at their own 44-yard line, 4:55 left to go here in this opening half of play, opening quarter of play. And the Mingus Marauders have had it twice and not much to show for it. And now the Lobos will have the ball for the second time.
Well, 31 yards on the punt for the Mingus Marauders. And that's about what you can expect in high school football for the most part. The mid-30s for punts.
Not bad. First down and 10 now. Quarterback takes a snap, handoff, coming a sweep on the left-hand side. Marauders chasing him down from in front and behind. Jumping in there to make him cut inside. It looks like it was Rios, and then I think it was Tanner Karen that came in and jumped on him and finished him off. Not much room to run there for Nick Hall. He got 2 yards, it looks like they're going to give him across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Second down and 8 now for the Lobos, working from the near hash mark in front of the Marauder bench.
Well, Reedhead, the quarterback, was 11 for 18 last year, averaging about 15 yards per reception.
Marauders with 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers on the line as well. Quarterback a throw over the middle. He's got a man wide open. Catch is made. Trying to break a tackle and not going to be able to do that. But a big reception and a first down deep onto the Marauders side of the field, down to about the 34-yard line. Tanner Karen in on the tackle, had his helmet ripped off, and he'll have to come out for a play.
Well, on the replay, you can see the Mingus Marauders did a pretty decent job of coverage, just let him down the field just a little bit as Travis Flake picks up 20 yards on the reception.
First down and 10 from the Marauder 34. Here's a snap, and it's a pitch out of the backfield going to the right-hand side and off to the right sideline. He goes down the sideline inside the 20 and knocked out of bounds at around the 18-yard line. It was Trevor McCray. McCray with another big gainer, back-to-back big plays here for the Lobos, and they are in the Marauder red zone now. First down and 10 from the Mingus 18.
Well, that's what happens when momentum starts going your way, and right now, SnowFlake, the Lobos seem to have it.
Mingus trying to get Schill off the field. He'll make it before the Lobos are able to snap the play. 1 back in the backfield. 2 receivers on the right, 2 on the left. 1 in motion now. Quarterback looking to throw again. No pressure. Across the middle, wide open. Hit him in the hands, but he dropped it that time, 81. Travis Flake, the player that made the catch earlier, was in the same zone of the Marauder defense where he was wide open on the catch. He was wide open that time. He just forgot the catch.
Well, Broyles was not too far from him. You're wondering whether or not that tight end has got to be picked up by the linebackers out there. And it almost looks like Mingus is playing a little bit of a zone. However, I'm sure the Mingus want to get Marauders want to get a little more pressure on that quarterback Reedhead. He had way too much time to throw.
2nd down and 10 from the Marauder 18-yard line. Here's a snap. Fake the pitch. The quarterback's going to run it himself through the middle. And a couple of Marauders diving in there, taking a shot at the knees and able to bring them down after a gain of about 5 yards inside the 15 to the 14-yard line, where it will now be 3rd down and 5 for the Lobos from the Marauder 14.
Well, Reedhead, that was a design play without a doubt. Went straight up the middle, didn't even hesitate. And you'll notice when they're in that tight formation, they're obviously less likely to throw out of it.
Here's the 3rd down, looking to throw it under pressure, escapes the pressure, finds a man wide open, and he makes the catch but falls down close to a 1st down. They're going to mark him at the 9-yard line. That may be good enough for a 1st down. Again, 81 Flake bobbled it, and came down with it, and it's going to be close to a 1st down. Mingus had pressure. Quarterback made one juke and was free and able to find Flake for the big reception.
Well, that was a fantastic job of evading the blitz. I think it was Broyles that came up the middle. I'm not sure. It was one of the Marauder linebackers, and unfortunately that left a hole out there too.
4th and less than 1 for SnowFlake at the Marauder 9. And the Lobos head up to the line of scrimmage with a jumbo formation. Number 72 lined up in the backfield. Here's a snap. Quarterback's going to keep it himself through the middle to the end zone. Touchdown, Lobos! 2:20 left to go here in the opening quarter of play, and the SnowFlake Lobos strike first and are on top 6-0 here at Mingus. They brought in a big lineman, 72, Alex Solomon, 5'11", 206 to play fullback, and their quarterback, who's not small himself at 6'1", 191, leaped right behind him, leaped through the line and into the end zone, nearly untouched for the touchdown.
Well, great design play. A lot of moving offensive linemen on that play, and, well, the Lobos earned that touchdown.
And a left-footed kicker looking to add on an extra point here. And high snap. Held and maybe tipped, not blocked that time. It's up and good, and the Lobos make the point after touchdown to make the score 7-0 over the Mingus Marauders. Mingus will have the ball back when we come back from this quick timeout.
Here in the Verde Valley, it's always a great time to ride. And for all your cycle needs, it's always a great time to visit D&K Service Cycle and ATV. Their certified technicians can keep your street bike or your dirt bike in tip-top shape year-round. Stop in and check out the full inventory of riding gear. At D&K, they can help sell your good used motorcycles too. Go to dkservicecycle.com and find out about the consignment program. D&K Service Cycle and ATV in Cottonwood, a quarter-mile south.
Back at Mingus High School, the Marauders trail 7-0 here with 2:20 left to go in the opening quarter of play. Mingus will have the ball again. They've had it twice. First time they picked up a 1st down, moved it a little bit. Second time didn't move it so much, and then they gave it back to SnowFlake, who ran it right down the field and scored a touchdown. Here's the kick. It'll be taken by Kitchen at the 10. Kitchen to the 20. Looking in the middle of the field. Slips a man to the 30. Kitchen out onto the race to the 40, the 45. Out to the left-hand side. Still on his feet across midfield and run out of bounds at the SnowFlake 42-yard line. Brennan Kitchen kind of looked like he was slipping and sliding almost the whole time on that return, JB. But a big return for the Marauders all the way down to the SnowFlake 42-yard line.
Well, he picks it up at the 10. Better than a 50-yard return as he goes off the left-hand side. Good blocking. Cuts it back up the middle and then expresses his water skiing skills off to the far sideline.
Yeah, you need those around here these days, huh? 1st down and 10. Mingus starting their 3rd drive of the game, down 7-0, but on their opponent's side of the field. 1st and 10 from the Lobo 42. Lineman down, handoff going to Hanks up the middle. Hanks stood up at the line of scrimmage and knocked backwards for no gain.
Reinhardt on the tackle. He turns around and plays linebacker out there.
And Micah Navarre is the quarterback running over to the sideline to talk to Coach Young after each play. We've seen a lot of teams do this recently. Doesn't look like Coach Young's very happy right now, and I wouldn't imagine he would be.
Well, They haven't had the offensive push that they had against Agua Fria last week in the scrimmage.
No, at all.
So
second down and 10 now for the Marauders. One back in the backfield. It's Hanks. Helsel on the left-hand side, and not sure, it might be Tiffany on the right. And a pass out of the backfield off to Helsel. He'll make one man miss, lower his head, and be knocked backwards. And now helmets come flying off. Helsel's helmet comes flying off. He'll have to come out. They're going to mark forward progress to the 40-yard line. So a gain of 2 on the play. And the Mingus Marauders now getting pushed around a little bit down there, JB. Not picking up chunks at all, faced with 3rd down and 8. Once again, 3rd and long.
Well, Mingus has their work cut out, and it's really going to start in that offensive line.
Yeah, it's his Lehigh Caldwell, 5'5", 141. That is making all the plays.
Well, he's fast. There's no doubt about it. He's got speed on his side.
3rd down and long now for the Marauders. 3 on the right side. Rolling to the right. Looking to throw. Navarez is going to throw it down the field. And it is a battle for it and incomplete. Well covered that time by Caldwell. And the Marauders now on 3rd down and 8 from the SnowFlake 40-yard line. May go for it. They've got Navarez over on the sideline talking to Coach Young. They went for it from this area earlier.
Wouldn't be surprised if they do. They definitely want to make sure that they respond and come back and score against the SnowFlake squad.
Yeah, I kind of like the coffin corner.
On the coverage, number 2.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you don't pick up anything, they've got kind of a short field. They're already leading. Let's see if maybe punt that thing back inside the 10.
Well, the last time these two squads met, Mingus was not able to run the ball extremely effective against the Lobos. However, they were able to throw the ball. Simmons had a pretty decent game last year against the Lobos.
Here comes Schill into the game to punt the ball away for the Mingus Marauders. Now we've got a flag, and I bet it's delay a game. Yeah, it's going to be delay a game against Mingus, and that may actually benefit Mingus at this point with the ball at the 40-yard line. Move it back a little bit, and that way Schill can feel free to just go ahead and boot it instead of trying to pooch it. Sometimes when you pooch it, you shank it. We don't want to shank. We want to boot.
Although I've
done Ray Guy, the coffin corner.
I've done my fair shanking on boots too.
I'm not sure where to go with that. Schill to punt it away. And he gets it off, and it will bounce at about the 18, and now down out of bounds at around the 12. So that was effective for Mingus. Now they've got him backed up inside their 15-yard line. Come out and play a little D. Get feeling good about yourself again. We had 30 seconds left to go in the opening quarter of play. The SnowFlake Lobos 7, the Mingus Marauders 0. The Lobo offense coming back out on the field.
Well, so far Mingus has been able to muster 33 yards from the line of scrimmage. The SnowFlake Lobos, however, 63 yards. So their average of 6.3 yards per play is a little bit better.
From the shotgun, the handoff going up the middle, and man, breaking free through the Marauder line and caught before he was able to break it for a big game, but nonetheless, about 7 or 8 for Nick Hall that time. Reed had handed to him. Hall had it behind the line of scrimmage, just kind of darted back and forth. Where am I going to go? Well, I'll go to this big hole. And he ran through that one. The Marauders were able to catch him in the secondary.
Well, I don't think the hole was there. The hole he was supposed to run through was clogged by Mingus Marauders, so congratulations to Hall to finding something. He made something on his own.
They get a snap off with 1 second on the clock left in the quarter. The quarterback's going to keep it himself, running to the right side of his line, just kind of pushing the pile forward, and he's going to have about a yard or so. They're going to move him across the 20-yard line. That's the end of the opening quarter. When we come back, it'll be 3rd down and 2 for the SnowFlake Lobos from their own 21-yard line. End of 1, SnowFlake 7, the Mingus Marauders 0. We'll be back after this.
For almost half a century, Verde Valley Guidance Clinic has helped people seeking recovery from mental illness and substance use disorders. Now is the dawn of a new day in healthcare. With the addition of Valley Medical Center and Verde Valley Connections Primary Care, we now offer a balanced approach to healthcare. Our pediatricians, physicians, and nurse practitioners are available to assist children and adults of all ages to get well and stay healthy. New patients are welcome. As the oldest community behavioral health clinic in northern Arizona, the professionals at Verde Valley Guidance Clinic have helped thousands of families and individuals reach their recovery goals. Our 2 primary care offices are located in Cottonwood, with behavioral health facilities in Cottonwood, Camp Verde, and Sedona. Our clinics now accept Access, Medicare, and private insurance. Verde Valley Guidance Clinic. We provide quality health care for both your body and your mind.
Back at Mingus High School, 3rd down and a short 2 here for the Lobos from their own 21-yard line. Marauders trying to stop them here deep, see if they can get the ball back with decent field position. Remember last time the Lobos had it, they mixed it up through the air and on the ground, came away with the first score of the game.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to throw in a pass here. However, out of this formation, they have primarily run the ball.
Yeah, they got their big guys out there again. And, well, they haven't brought in the big kid for fullback right here. They got that little guy, number 3, out there. And he's only little in stature, JB. He's made some of the biggest hits and plays that we've seen so far today at 141 pounds. Here it is,
Caldwell.
3rd down and a short 2. Here's the snap. Handoff going to the left side. Big first down, still on his feet and across the 25-yard line. The Marauders won't make a play until the 26. And that's a first down, a gain of about 4 on the play. And the Lobos care less how many yards it was after the first down. They've got a first down and the clock rolling with a 7-point lead.
Well, in fact, I think that was Lehigh that carried the ball on that one.
Yep, it was for sure.
That was his first carry of the game, and he picks up 5 yards in the first down.
It's kind of funny. The running back sets up about a yard or 2 in front of the quarterback in the shotgun here. Man in motion from the left to right side. They'll fake the handoff to him. Quarterback to throw. Oh, he's hitting the pocket. Now he gets free. Looking down the field. He's got a man wide open. Makes a catch. Gets drilled. But he's got a big reception and a hurt Marauder out on the field. Getting up and running to the sideline. Looks like he's all right. Atta kid. That's the way to do it. Old number 48 that time for Mingus. Comes away a little dinged up. Looked like it was his elbow or something, but Felix Vera is going to be all right. He's going to stay out on the field to play for Mingus. Well, that was the kid they faked the handoff to. Then the quarterback got flushed out, and somebody kind of forgot about him after they faked the handoff to him, and he found him downfield for a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd down and 3.
He shouldn't have had that one off. Mingus had him in the backfield.
Man in motion from right to left now. They fake the handoff. Quarterback drops, throws, screen pass, has a man wide open with 3 blockers in front of him. It's Caldwell. Caldwell down the right sideline in front of the Marauder bench, and he's got a big gain to the Marauder 43-yard line. First down and 10. The Lobos are starting to manipulate the Marauder defense and move the ball down the field here at big chunks at a time all the way down to the Marauder 43.
Well, they did a great job setting that up. No doubt about it, and they're going to pick up 23 yards on what should have been just a little screenplay, but when you get the big boys downfield like that, whoo, look out.
Here's a snap and a fumble. Ball's on the ground. Quarterback picks it up, and he's hit immediately, and he's down about a yard shy of the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 11. That time turned and went to pitch the ball to number 8, Nick Hall. And I don't know if it just slipped out of his hands or something, but he threw it and it just kind of went about halfway to Hall and hit the turf. But fortunately for him, bounced right back up to him. And how often does a football bounce right back up?
Only when the momentum's going your way, I'll tell you that.
Loss of a yard nonetheless. Marauder defense bending here and hoping not to break. Don't want to get down by too many scores. Here's a snap and a handoff, a sweep to the left-hand side, cutting it back up down the sideline and knocked out of bounds, short of a first down, but not by much. Big carry that time by Rick Shumway. He's the starting flanker, 6 foot, 158 pounds, and they kind of get a lot of momentum going whatever way they're running the ball and just knocking people around and picking up big chunk after big chunk, and that may be enough for a first down. They're going to take a look at it, and haven't made a signal yet here. It's like, I'm going to say 2nd down and, geez, not much.
It's got to be less than a football length, without a doubt.
Yeah. Huh. So it'll be 3rd down. So here's a chance that if you can make a play in the backfield, maybe you can make something happen. Otherwise, it's a pretty easy 3rd down pickup, especially if they, we got timeout? No. SnowFlake all ran over to the sideline. Now they're running back out, and they may be running out of time here.
Well, they could be. How about that, Mingus? We'll certainly take a delay of game, won't we?
For sure. 3rd down and less than a yard. Here's a snap. Quarterback hit in the backfield, but he breaks a tackle, and he's got about 5 yards still on his feet, and now down at the Marauder 29-yard line. He was hit in the backfield, did not have it, but he broke right through the initial contact and then broke through about 4 or 5 other guys before he was able to be tackled.
Well, Mingus certainly hit him hard. Unfortunately, that kid just kept going, and we can see why he is a captain for this Lobo squad. That was just an absolute will to pick that up.
6'1", 191, and runs viciously. First down and 10 now. Marauders could use a turnover, a takeaway. Awaiting the snap. Reedhead fakes the pitch, drops, looks up to the left-hand side, down the sideline, catches made inside the 5. Wow. And it looks like it's 16. Porter Black with the reception. 5'10", 166-pound junior. Jumps over the Marauder defensive back and pulls in the ball at the Marauder 3-yard line. And now SnowFlake, first down and goal from the Marauder 3.
Well, they just threw that one up for grabs, and Mingus found themselves on the backside of the defense there, just slightly out of position, and Porter able to out-jump it, although there was a lot of pushing and shoving in that play.
And man in motion, no hand to him, sweeping left-hand side, stood up at the 5, and a loss of 2 on the play as they tried to run Rick Shumway. He had a big run on a carry similar to that one just a moment ago. That time the Marauders were able to catch up and chase him sideline and knock him down for a loss of 2.
Only the second run for a loss here, or play for a loss out here for the Lobos.
Second and goal from the 5-yard line now. Lobos in a huddle. We're down to 8:38 left to go in the opening half of play. Time's ticking away already, JB. Down 7-0. Lobos looking to make it 2 scores. And here's a snap, and they're going to go right up the middle with 32, banging around to the goal line, and I don't think he made it in. Down to the 1. That's Trevor McCray that had the carry that time, and he got close, but it looks like the Marauders were able to hold right at the goal line, and it will be 3rd down and goal now from the 1.
Well, he'll get 4 important yards. Those are tough yards to pick up, Zach.
Shoot anything inside the red zone's hard.
All right, watch the quarterback.
Right. 2 backs to his left-hand side. Here's a snap. Quarterback's keeping himself, ducks his head, dives towards the goal line, and we do not have a signal. He's not in the end zone. 4th down and goal now for SnowFlake from inside the 1.
Great stand here by the Mingus Marauder defense. Can they do it one more time?
Yeah, got to do it one more time.
One more.
All this doesn't mean anything if you can't do it one more time, right?
Except more clock coming off.
Oh, now timeout.
They're going to talk about it.
7:31 left to go here in the second quarter. It's 7-0 SnowFlake. They've got the ball. 4th down and goal from the 1-yard line. Timeout. Lobos will be back after this.
Here in the Verde Valley, it's always a great time to ride. And for all your cycle needs, it's always a great time to visit D&K Service Cycle and ATV. Their certified technicians can keep your street bike or your dirt bike in tip-top shape year-round. Stop in and check out the full inventory of riding gear. At D&K, they can help sell your good used motorcycles too. Go to dkservicecycle.com and find out about the consignment program. D&K Service Cycle and ATV in Cottonwood, a quarter-mile south of Walmart.
Back at Mingus High School, and Heather Calandra heading off the field with the water buckets there, JB. Going out there to give a little pep talk to that defense. Sees all these guys in weight class. She's telling them, hey, let's go. Pump it up. You guys got to stop them out here.
You're no kidding. Well, let's see if that big guy is in the backfield in a fullback position or not.
He is. 72 is in the fullback position. 4th and goal, quarterback keeper, and he's untouched into the end zone.
That was number 7.
Untouched. Ty Reedhead with another touchdown. He's got 2 on the game now. 7:27 left to go, second quarter. And the Lobos have now opened up a 2-touchdown lead on the Mingus Marauders here on their home opener. And for our fans at home watching on TV, you can see untouched in the end zone. Old number 72 had a big block. Old number 56, Eldon McCray, the left tackle, with a big block as well. And the Lobos are pulling ahead. Oh, fumble on the snap on the extra point. And now a throw to the end zone, wide open. Touchdown and a flag on the play. It's going to be on Mingus for unnecessary roughness, and that will most likely be added on to the kickoff. The 2-point conversion is going to be good. SnowFlake is going to lead 15-0, and there's going to be a 15-yard penalty for unnecessary roughness on the Mingus Marauders that will be added on to the kickoff when we come back for the Marauder return right after this.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. There are now 3 varieties of Doritos Locos Tacos at Taco Bell: Nacho Cheese, Cool Ranch, and the new Fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Back at Mingus High School, our fans at home, you see head coach Bob Young there, the headset on. Not very happy right now, but it's early. 7:27 left in the opening half. Mingus now will set to return. I have to think that SnowFlake kicking from the Marauder 45-yard line. If you have a trick up your sleeve, this would be the time to do it.
You would certainly think so, although they're even, 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Mingus sitting back at the goal line. And, of course, the 15-yard penalty for hitting the holder who became quarterback, threw it into a host of Marauders and somehow found Shumway in the corner.
Here's where you want to kick it high and short. That's just short and short. Taking it at the 20-yard line and breaking a tackle, but not much more after that. Herb Tiffany, one of the up men for the Marauders, has the kick and the return of about 4 yards to the 24. Okay. 15-0. SnowFlake with the lead. Marauder offense moved the ball, got a first down in their opening possession, has not done anything since. After watching them last week pushing around Awafria up on the line, it has not been the case here tonight. This Mingus Marauder offensive line needs to figure out a way to start opening up some holes so this offense can get working down the field.
Well, no doubt. Interesting enough, we saw this last year against Lakeside Blue Ridge. It was like Mingus came out and started the season in the second half.
And here's the snap. The Marauders going to run a sweep to the short side of the field, hitting the backfield, and down for a loss of 3. I don't understand running sweeps to the short side of the field, JB. I never will. But the Marauders tried it again there, and it didn't work. A loss of 2, it looks like. Going to bring up second down and long.
Well, Shumway on the tackle. Brennan Kitchen gets the carry, and trying to avoid traffic there on the short side of the field, but good defense once again by the Lobos.
I'm going to say a loss of only 1. Second down and 11. Working from the near hash mark on the Marauder side of the field. Navarez has a man in motion. It's Helsel. And instead they're going to have a quick hit of the fumble. And the ball's loose. And SnowFlake's got it. It just depends on whether or not he was down. The referee's waving his hands back and forth. They're saying SnowFlake football. SnowFlake with the ball, leading 15-0 at the Marauder 28-yard line. And we'll see a handoff, and it looks like the quarterback's got it. And, yeah, that's a fumble, no doubt about it. Navarez never handed off to Hanks coming by him, and then kind of had the ball in his hand instead of tucked, and he got hit, and it just shot right up in the air. And SnowFlake takes it 1st and 10 from the Marauder 28. The defense with their back against the wall has got to come up big here for Mingus. Don't want to get down 3 scores in the first half.
Well, it looked like Nick Hall for the Lobos came up with the fumble recovery.
Quarterback Reedhead in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands off to a sweep going left-hand side, breaking 3 out of the Marauder, pressure in the backfield, and then finally caught it after a gain of about 2. And again, it's 2 or 3 Marauders with the pressure in the backfield, and all of a sudden, whoop, slip right through them, and it's a gain of a yard or 2 instead of a loss of 3 or 4.
Well, sometimes that says, that you're just kind of over-pursuing a little bit. And, when you're flying by the guy you're trying to hit, they're either extremely elusive or you're not under control.
Right. Second down and 9, working from the far hash mark now. Lobos going away from the scoreboard, leading on the scoreboard 15-0. Pitch out of the backfield, coming to Hall. Hall hit and drilled by Anthony Broyles. Hall's getting up, but he's going to feel that one, get the ice pack ready. He got a yard to about the 27-yard line, and you'll see Broyles come flying in here and just wham! Shoulder pads on thigh pads, and ordinarily the shoulder pads win.
As long as the cleats don't stick in the field, because that's when the knee goes the wrong way.
Yeah, we don't want any of that.
No, clean tackle, great job.
Timeout on the field. The Lobos want to talk it over. They'll take their second. It's 3rd down and 9 from the Marauder 27-yard line. Lobos call their second of 3 with 5:29 left to go in the half. 15-0. SnowFlake with the lead. We'll be back after this.
It's time for the year's best deals on the industry's best-selling machines during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance. Rebates up to $1,000 and financing as low as 2.99% on machines built to tackle your off-road passions. Hurry to your Polaris dealer today. Deals this good won't last long. Huge rebates and incredible financing going on now during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Visit Cottonwood Motorsports at Route 260 and Western Drive.
Back at Mingus High School, 3rd down and 9 as SnowFlake comes back out on the field after talking things over with Coach Tenney over there. And on 3rd down and 9 from the Marauder 27-yard line, here's another big play for the Marauder defense, and they're going to come on the blitz. Quarterback flush, throws high, and it is incomplete. Double coverage that time on the intended receiver, Rick Shumway. Mingus did get a little pressure that time, but they were able to force an incomplete pass, and now on 4th and 9, again from the Marauder 28-yard line, it looks as about 27 is where they've got it. You'd have to think SnowFlake's going to look to go for it here, the 15-point lead on the road.
Well, out of that particular formation with 3 potential receivers on the left-hand side, they were almost giving it away that they were going to throw the ball. Mingus on a blitz from the blind side almost got 2 Reinhead.
You got 2 split left now. Another one goes from a wing position on the right to the left. 1 receiver on the right from the shotgun. Quarterback looking to throw, looking left, throwing left, wide open on the left. He's got a man breaking tackles and now down at about the 11-yard line. Huge holes in the Marauder defense that time. And it looks like it's 25, Hunter Bauer, that comes up with a big catch, 6'1", 162-pound senior. And it's almost like the Marauders are in a zone defense, and the receivers are just running to the holes in the zone and jumping up and down. Throw it to me, throw it to me.
Well, that's his first reception, and it's a big one out there. Keeps the drive alive on 4th down.
1st and 10 now in the Marauder red zone. Come on, D. Come up with the play. Pass across the middle, wide open. Hit at the 2 and down at the 1. And it's going to be 1st and goal as it's Porter Black, the man that threw the 2-point conversion pass after the last touchdown with the reception. They're going to mark him down at the 2, where it's 1st down and goal. SnowFlake, 15-0. SnowFlake with 4:45 left to go in the opening half of play. And the Mingus Marauder defense again with their back up against the goal line.
Well, did they give him a 1st down? No, they're calling it 2nd down, Zach.
Oh, he didn't get far enough?
No,
not it's quite. Not. Oh, he's between the 2 and the 3. He's got to get to the 2, and he's between the 2 and the 3. So it's 2nd down and about half a yard. Again, the big fullback, 72, comes in. Quarterback's keeping himself flushed out of the pocket, trying to get to the sideline. Chased down by Marauders, hit and out of bounds, but I think he's got a 1st down. Man, almost able to get him there in the backfield to bring up a 3rd and goal. But Mingus unable to do so, and it looks like they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 2, which should be and is a 1st down. 1st and goal, SnowFlake from the Marauder 2.
Well, SnowFlake hasn't shown an awful lot in the sense that when they're in this area, you know who's going to carry the ball. Reedhead, their captain, is going to carry the ball in one fashion or another. Yeah, the question is just where is he going with it?
Yeah, I'd follow 72.
Yeah.
That's where he's gone both times so far.
Well, he tried to this time, and Mingus plugged the hole, so he had to bounce to the outside.
They've got 72 in there as a fullback on the right side now. Waiting the snap. There it is. Hand off to the man in the backfield. It's 32 again. And he is going to be close, but he's not in. Down to the 1-yard line, 32. Trevor McCray with a carry, and it's 2nd and goal from about half a yard out.
He's got 4 carries, 23 yards here in the first half, averaging like 5 3/4 yards.
And they'll run a player back out on the field here. Looks like old 72's coming back in. I don't know, is he out for a play? Quarterback, again, the player you got a key on here, Ty Rehead. He's got 72 at a fullback position, a running back right behind him on the left, and Reedhead's going to keep it himself behind 72 into the end zone on touchdown. SnowFlake taking it to the Marauders now, 21-0 with 3:25 left to go in the opening half of play, and an extra point attempt coming up here for the Lobos. Our fans at home watching on TV, you can see 72, lead block, wham, smashes that guy. 7 follows him into the end zone and untouched for the third time on a touchdown run. That time was Reedhead.
3 touchdowns in the game. Boy, he didn't, well, let's see, I think he had 4 touchdowns last season.
Here's the extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it is good for 88, Keegan K. And the Marauders now down 22-0 here at home on opening night. 3:25 left to go in the opening half of play. Mingus getting the ball. Got to get the offense rolling here. Got to get some points on the board. We'll be back for the Marauder return after this.
Hi, I'm John Andretti for Window World, America's largest replacement window company. Made in the USA. That's a powerful statement. It's also our story. Window World was born here, and the products we sell and install are made here. Our stores are locally owned, so your money goes to work here in our community. We think that making American homes more energy efficient goes hand in hand with protecting American jobs. Window World, American made, American owned.
Visit the new location at 101 Air Park Road in Cottonwood. Call 649-9111, ROC number 286642.
Back at Mingus High School, the kickoff is taken at the 23-yard line by one of the up men, and he's tripped up from behind and down, but decent return now is around the 33-yard line. It looks like it was Dakota Hanks that time that caught the ball and came up to return it. I thought it was one of the up men that caught it, but apparently it was Hanks that got it. And the Marauders will start 1st and 10 from their own 33 and got to get rolling here. The offense has got to get some points on the board here, JB. And if nothing else, you got to eat up the last 3:18 of the half so SnowFlake doesn't score any more this half.
Well, no doubts about that. I've been looking. By the way, Levi Collins has almost blocked and probably got a hand on one of the extra points already. He's going to block some this year.
All right. Navarez takes a snap. Handoff is going to be a keeper by Navarez to the right side. Navarez has a first down out near midfield, spun around and thrown down at about the SnowFlake 49. So Navarez with a big run for Mingus on the first play of this series, and Mingus now has something going.
Well, it's a good thing, Navarez. I like the fact that Coach Young gave him the ball back after the last drive. He fumbled trying to it was a quarterback read is what it was, and they gave the ball to Dakota Hanks and then took it back, and then it got popped out on him. So get him back up on that horse right away.
First down and 10, Mingus working on the Lobo side of the 50-yard line. Here's a snap and a pass out of the backfield to Helsel. And they're going to say incomplete. He never caught it, and he got hit once again for his effort. It was behind the line of scrimmage at the 50-yard line. He would have lost a yard had he caught it. So that being incomplete is actually beneficial for Mingus. Navarez runs to the sideline to get the play from Coach Young. He's going to have Hanks in the backfield there. We know that because we can see his number. And that's Rios out there as well. Helsel's in there. On the right side, it looks like Tanner Karen splitting wide out on the right. And 2nd down and 10 from the 49-yard line of the Lobos. Marauders linemen down. Here's a snap and a handoff up the middle and a couple of yards and not much more to account for there. Looks like it was Hanks that has the carry, and he's down to the 47, a gain of 2, and now 3rd down and 8 for the Marauders. Oh, an injured player. An injured SnowFlake Lobo player in the Marauder backfield. They'll run the trainer out to talk to him. And while we've got a break, let's take a break. We'll be back to Mingus High School. 2:40 left to go in the half. The Marauders have it 3rd down and 8 from the SnowFlake 47-yard line. We'll be back right after this.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Mingus High School, an injured player still down on the field. He's being attended to by the SnowFlake training staff there. You can see both teams are taking a knee here. And, Jackie, next week things don't get any easier for the Mingus Marauders as they head down the hill down into the valley. Number 80 was our injured player, and they head down to Phoenix to take on Cactus, and that's a good football team down there next week, JB. I know Mingus was looking to try to get a big win here tonight to get some momentum going for Cactus. If they can't come back and get a big win here, man, they're going to have their work cut out for them with the Cobras next week.
No doubt. Trent Flake, the injured player for the Lobos down there.
Here's the 3rd down and 8 play for the Marauders. Handoff. No, they're going to throw it over the middle. He's got a man wide open. Catches made. Still on his feet. And a 1st down. It's Kitchen, I believe. Inside the 25 and down to about the 23-yard line. And got to see when he turns. We said how we were talking about how great these numbers are. They're real easy to see. I can't see them at all now. And I think it is Kitchen that, yeah, it is. Brennan Kitchen with the reception and a big 1st down for the Marauders from the 47 to the 21-yard line. And the Marauders are getting close to that red zone with 2:22 left to go here in the 2nd quarter of play.
That's just a center jailbreak for everybody, isn't it?
1st down play here and a handoff going up the middle, and well, keeping you honest, we'll run it up the middle on you. There's no doubt about that. And a gain of about 3 yards maybe inside the 20. It looks like the referee's got him marked down around the 18-yard line. So a gain of about 3 and 2nd down.
Well, I was talking about Dakota Hanks last year and running the ball. He had 710 yards rushing the ball for the Mingus Marauders.
And a bunch of touchdowns.
Yep, an average of 5.9. He had 12 touchdowns on the season coming back. And he's definitely going to be a key to the Mingus Marauder backfield.
Clock running, 1:38 and counting. Lineman set, quarterback set under center, and fakes a handoff. Now looks to throw a screen pass to Kitchen. Got a blocker in front. Kitchen to the sideline. Hit at the 10, spun down at the 6. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Marauders. It'll stop the clock while they get the stick set. 1:26 left to go here in the opening half of play, and the Mingus Marauders are setting up shop. 1st down and goal from the 6-yard line. Back-to-back big plays by Brennan Kitchen, and that is one of the players the Marauders want to see with the ball in his hands, especially out in the open field, because he's the type of player that can make you miss.
Caldwell on the tackle out there, and you're absolutely right. A great job, by the way, Navarez selling that.
Marauder coaching staff summoning Broyles over. They may look to give him the ball. Hand out to Helsel, up the middle. Helsel dives towards the goal line, and he's down at the 1. 2nd down and goal. Mingus at the 1-yard line. And here comes Anthony Broyles into the ball game. We didn't think we'd see him much on offense, but when you get into this type of situation, this is the kind of kid you want in there that can bang it home.
Well, he was the one that put that pop on that Lobo on Hall.
Timeout.
45
seconds left to go in the opening half. SnowFlake calls their 3rd and final timeout. It's 2nd down and goal. Mingus at about the, not even the 1, out between the 1 and the goal line. Timeout on the field. Coach Young gets a chance to talk it over with his squad. We'll be back, hopefully, with a Mingus Marauder touchdown call coming up right after this.
Digitel, a Verizon premium wireless retailer. Come in today for the latest from America's largest and most reliable wireless network, including nationwide unlimited talk from Motorola, LG, Samsung, Apple, and HTC. Find Digitel, your Verizon premium wireless retailer, in the Flagstaff Mall, in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street, in Payson at 401 North Beeline Highway, and in Prescott with locations in the Prescott Gateway Mall, Willow Crossroads, and the shops at Prescott Gateway.
Back at Mingus High School, 2nd down and goal. The Marauders looking to get in the end zone. 1 yard to go. Handoff to Hanks. He's hit at the 1, and he's down and may have fumbled. SnowFlake is all over the ball. Let's see, the officials aren't making any signal, and now we've got injured players on the field, and I think they said timeout Mingus. So I believe Hanks' momentum was stopped, is what they're saying, and it's going to be a little bit of a loss. Looks like it's a loss of a yard all the way back. Oh, yeah, he's down. All the way back to the 2-yard line. And a timeout by Mingus. 37 seconds left to go. It's now 3rd down and goal. Marauders from the 2. Coach Young talking things over with his squad out in front of the bench.
Well, thank goodness we've got the timeouts to work with at this point, huh?
1 left still, yeah.
Yep, 1 left. However, Mingus has got to find the push. The offensive line did not get the push.
Makes you wonder where our big old 72 is, right?
Well, Hanks found himself out there kind of in no man's land and showing how tough he is, able to get up after a punishing blow.
Let's see what the Marauders are going to do here. They've got Broyles in at a wing back on the left-hand side. It's Hanks in the backfield. Helsel at a wing back on the right side. Navarez set under center. 3rd and goal from the 2. It's Broyles in motion, and it's going to be Navarez, the keeper. He's in, untouched, touchdown, Mingus! Navarez faked the handoff, going right, took a juke step, cut back to the left, into the end zone, untouched. We've seen 4 touchdowns tonight. They've all been by the quarterback, and not once have they been touched. And the Marauders on the board for the first time this season. Navarez streaking into the end zone there with the first score of the year for Mingus. Jacobo in to attempt the extra point. Navarez the holder. Snap good. Hold good. Kick is up, and it's a mile long and very good. 22-7. The Marauders do get a score here to end the first half. They hope it's the last score of the first half, unless they get a fumble or something. But 32 seconds left to go. 22-17. SnowFlake with the lead. Remember, the Lobos do get the ball to start the second half. The Marauders want to make sure that they're not down any more than the 15 they trail right now.
Amen. I agree with that. Well, 38 receiving yards on that drive out there by Kitchen, and that was major key.
Yeah, and it's nice to see Navarez getting a little comfortable, and I think Kitchen may be the type of player that he is comfortable throwing the ball to.
And very possibly. I mean, you know, but although he's had some good good passes out here in the first half, Navarez not afraid to put the ball up, which is a good sign. I'd like to see that for Mingus.
Absolutely. And we've seen that a little bit here over the last decade. The quarterback's a little bit more willing to throw the ball. Started with Vaca, I think.
Well, and as high school football seems to progress, I think you have to.
Well, the Marauders in an interesting kickoff formation here. And let's see if they're going to just try to kick it deep. And it looks like Jacobo is not going to have any problem as he kicks that one all the way through the end zone on the air. So it looks like we're not going to have any problem getting touchbacks, JB. Jacobo has got a cannon hanging off his right hip.
And it's not the one down at the corner of the field. For
no, we want to hear that one more.
No kidding. Jacobo is definitely going to be a weapon. We were told that. 6'1", 160 pounds, senior. He was the kicker last year for the Mingus Marauders. And, yeah, absolutely. He's going to be phenomenal to watch.
That was high and long and landed on the outside of the end zone.
Starts to make you wonder whether or not Mingus might have field goal range this year, huh?
About 60 yards from what I just saw. His extra point, I think, ended up in the parking lot. 30 seconds left to go here as the SnowFlake Lobos are at the line of scrimmage and the clock's running.
They just took a knee.
Oh, they did take a knee.
Yep, they just took a knee.
And they'll set the clock again, set the ball. And I don't believe they have to take another snap.
No, they shouldn't have to.
They're starting to put the sticks down, and the Lobos are starting to leave the field. Mingus staying out there just in case.
Right, yeah.
6 seconds left to go here in the half, and SnowFlake is taking their helmets off and heading off the field. They lead it by 15. It's 22-7. The SnowFlake Lobos with the lead over the Mingus Marauders. SnowFlake will have the ball to start the second half. Let's see what the coaching staff can do here in the tunnel under the cave with this Marauder team at halftime. We'll be back with second half action coming up after this.
This is Travis Reed from Larry Green Chevrolet and Hyundai of Cottonwood. People often refer to us as the people place. Let me assure you, whether it's our involvement in the community or with our customers that visit, we make it a priority to keep that reputation. If you're in the market for a newer pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and our sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet and Hyundai of Cottonwood, 2 dealerships in 1 convenient location just off Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood. From all of us at Larry Green Chevrolet, Hyundai of Cottonwood, and the Green Auto Group,
we're better! The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips, with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Texaco fuel with your Safeway Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to pick up those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here.
with something for everyone.
At the Susie Q Market.
Next to KFC on Main Street, Cottonwood.
Go Marauders!
Think back to all those rules you heard growing up.
Don't get dirty.
You'll always remember those rules.
Don't run with scissors.
Now, not only can you bend some of those rules,
don't talk to strangers.
You can turn them into a career.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Imagine your possibilities. So when you want to expand your job skills or explore a new career path, don't be afraid to take some chances. Push your boundaries. Trust in your abilities. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Welcome to the Halftime Report, brought to you by Larry Green Chevrolet. They're better, and they'll prove it. In just a moment, we'll have a recap of the first half, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. Now, let's head back live to the press box. Here's Zach Calandra.
Back at Mingus High School, the halftime report brought to you by Digitel, Verizon Wireless. The Mingus Marauders trailing here at halftime, 22-7. Mingus did score right at the end of the half, JB. So going into the locker room with a little momentum at least. We saw SnowFlake able to punch the ball in 3 times with quarterback runs as they brought a lineman into the backfield as a fullback and just ran right behind him. The SnowFlake, after their opening drive, was able to put together a few drives where they moved the ball right down the field. Mingus got to figure out a way to stop them from doing that, especially right off the bat here, as the Lobos will have the ball to start the second half.
Well, Lobos have come in with a real good game plan as we go into the Larry Green halftime report. And I keep looking for an opportunity, but we don't have one yet. So we're going to talk about the pick of the week from Larry Green Chevrolet. And what we're looking for is an actual interception that we can attach
we need one of those.
Yes, we need a pick. But just in case we don't have a pick, although I think in the second half we'll have more opportunities, the Larry Green Chevrolet pick of the week is a 2011 Chevrolet Camaro 2LS. Okay, just 20,000 miles on this, 23,243, and I've been down there working with Travis Reed and his staff down there, trying to see if I'm going to retire the old Chevy, and they have been absolutely perfect. There's your pick.
Traded in for that Camaro, JB.
Isn't that absolutely gorgeous?
I would say so.
And I've talked to Travis about Camaros and things along that nature, and the problem is getting linemen in it. As our kids grow in football, it's amazing. They get bigger and their equipment gets bigger.
Right.
I'm going to need a truck to hold just the equipment.
There you go.
So
we got those down there too. Don't worry about that.
They
nothing like a good Chevy.
You know what? And I've been driving a used GMC a couple of days this week, just kind of test driving in it, and it runs nice. It's clean. I mean, it really is. And I'm looking at a couple of different things, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. What I really want is the pick of the week.
Yeah, me too, and it'll be good on that first drive.
Certainly so. The scoring drive, speaking of the drives, and boy, the Lobos have certainly manhandled the Mingus Marauders here tonight. Their first scoring play comes with 2:20 left to go in the first quarter. This one a 9-yard keeper right up the gut. Reedhead gets the first touchdown of the game.
His longest one.
It was his longest one. Mingus had him. Oop, nope, didn't have him. And he goes in for the score, and Keegan K dots the I, gets the extra point, and it was 7-0. Then second quarter action. We had 7:27 left to go in the second quarter, and he'll get a second touchdown of the game. This one a 1-yard plunge, and following Alex Solomon, that's that big number 72 out there that you were talking about, and that big body cuts Kitchen and just gives Reedhead just enough room to get in there for the touchdown. They got the 2-point conversion. It almost looked like they bobbled the snap, but I think it was planned, and they found Shumway in the back of the corner for the 2-point conversion. So SnowFlake led 15-7 at that point. Then another 1-yard plunge following Alex Solomon once again by Reedhead, and SnowFlake, the Lobos, end up going up 22-0. And here it is for our viewers on Channel 2, Suddenlink, and Cable 1, Channel 2. This one had a little more trouble, but still running room just following the white uniforms out there, and Keegan Kay gets the extra point. It was good. It was 22-0. By the way, that was after a fumble recovery by Nick Hall, and Navarez with the option, put the ball out there, and unfortunately, it bounced out. And so the Mingus Marauders gave up not only the ball, but pretty decent field position right around their own 40-yard line. And then Mingus able to come back and score, put themselves on the board as the second quarter comes to an end. This one with 37 seconds left to go, and Navarez will keep it himself. Now, if you look at this play, Dakota Hanks got into the end zone. Let's see, Broyles got into the end zone, and then the guy with the ball got into the end zone.
Most importantly.
Right. But we had 3 different players. It didn't matter who he handed it off to. Hanks would have scored, Broyles would have scored, and Navarez scored. The only advantage to Navarez scoring is you didn't take the risk of handing the ball off
to someone, yeah.
And then Jacobo put the ball in the parking lot, which is why I'm glad I brought the old truck.
Right, the target.
Right, the target out there. And so here we are at halftime, and Mingus still has work to do, 22-7 trailing.
Yeah, a lot of work to do. They need to start their defense in the second half. They need to come out and get a stop early on. And that pick that you were talking about for our Larry Green Chevrolet pick of the week would be nice to see early in the second half to try to get them back in it. SnowFlake will have the ball to start the second half of play. Jacobo, from what we see, is not going to have any problem putting them at their 20-yard line to start with. That could be a nice weapon on the season for Mingus. Jacobo's got a big-time leg.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was staring at the Camaro.
The Camaro. That's what we're taking the Cactus next week. Cobras next week on the road. Be sure to be here. We'll have all the live coverage for you on the radio on KYBC AM 1600 and 96.3 FM. And then, of course, you can watch the replay of tonight's ball game on Verde Valley TV, Cable 1, Channel 2, and Suddenlink, Channel 2. All right, let's take a quick break right here. We did have an update for you. Apollo leading Bradshaw Mountain 14-7. Bradshaw Mountain Bears back in our section, so we wanted to keep an eye on those guys throughout the season as well.
I'm waiting for Travis Reed to text me whether or not we can take the Camaro.
Oh, we can. We'll be back to Mingus.
See, that's what happens when you don't show up for your halftime show, right?
Yeah, all right. We'll be back to Mingus for more of the halftime show, with or without Mr. Reed, right after this.
Digitel, a Verizon premium wireless retailer. Come in today for the latest from America's largest and most reliable wireless network, including nationwide unlimited talk from Motorola, LG, Samsung, Apple, and HTC. Find Digitel, your Verizon premium wireless retailer, in the Flagstaff Mall, in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street, in Payson at 401 North Beeline Highway, and in Prescott with locations in the Prescott Gateway Mall, Willow Crossroads, and the shops at Prescott Gateway.
The Victory Red Tag Model Year End event. We're clearing out the last of our 2013 bikes. Now's the time to jump on our best deals on the best bikes on the planet. Get up to $2,000 in rebates, 0.99% financing, and a 5-year powertrain warranty. Get one while you still can.
Visit Cottonwood Motorsports at Route 260 and Western Drive.
Hi, I'm John Andretti for Window World, America's largest replacement window company. Made in the USA. That's a powerful statement. It's also our story. Window World was born here, and the products we sell and install are made here. Our stores are locally owned, so your money goes to work here in our community. We think that making American homes more energy efficient goes hand in hand with protecting American jobs. Window World, American made, American owned.
Visit the new location at 101 Air Park Road in Cottonwood. Call 649-9111, ROC number 286642.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. There are now 3 varieties of Doritos Locos Tacos at Taco Bell: Nacho Cheese, Cool Ranch, and the new Fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Mingus High School here at the half. It's 22-7. The SnowFlake Lobos with the lead over the Mingus Marauders. Marauder kicker J.J. Jacobo out there on the field warming up, JB. Nobody else out on the field from either squad, but he knows that the whole half, whoa, got a big old bat or something in here. He knows that the whole thing starts in the second half with him, and the only time we saw Jacobo kick off in this game, he kicked it all the way through the end zone in the air, and I think Mingus would be happy to see that again to start the second half and at least know that being attacked, and at least know that the Lobos would start with the ball at their own 20-yard line.
Guess what? Now we know why they call it the cave, huh?
Yeah, we need a big fly swatter or something.
It's the bat cave.
Yeah, that's what they're almost the size of bats.
No kidding. Oh, my gosh. Well, speaking being at bat, the Mingus Marauders definitely need to bring the big bats here in the second half. They were outmanned here in the offensive line and the defensive line. In fact, the SnowFlake Lobos able to put up some decent yards against the Mingus Marauders here in the first half. Well, the Mingus Marauders, let's start with the Marauders. Looks like Navarez goes 5 for 9, 61 yards here in the first half. His favorite receiver, Kitchen, extremely helpful in the drive that Mingus Marauders scored on. 2 receptions, 38 yards. Mingus only able to muster 40 yards rushing the ball, 61 yards passing the ball, 101 yards of total offense for the Mingus Marauders out there. Dakota Hanks has struggled, averaging 2 yards per carry for the Mingus Marauders. Navarez has the biggest run for the Marauders at 18 yards, and that also in the scoring drive for the Mingus Marauders. For the visiting Lobos with a lead of 22-7 here at halftime. Let's take a look at some of their stats. Once again, it has been the Reed head. It's been his game.
Explosion.
Now, every time we have played SnowFlake, the quarterback has been the man. He has been the stud on the field. 7 for 9, 109 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. We really do need an interception. In fact, we need a couple of sacks. Got close a couple of times. Black has been his most successful receiver. Porter Black with 2 receptions, 35 yards.
That other kid can't be too far behind either, Flake.
No, Flake isn't. I think he's got 26, 28 yards receiving in the first half. 72 rushing yards, 109 yards in the air, 181 yards of offense against the Mingus Marauders, and they have made it pay off with 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. And
yeah, only 72 yards of rushing, but 3 touchdowns.
Well, and 25 of that is Reedhead, and he's got 3 touchdowns. He's got all 3 touchdowns and all rushing the ball. And during the course of last year, I think he had 4 touchdowns for the entire year as a junior.
Right.
So he's got a good start to his 2013.
Let's not let him reach that this year in the first game.
Exactly. No, I agree. Make somebody else, but more importantly, make nobody.
Yeah, and they've really done a nice job, SnowFlake that is, of controlling the line of scrimmage in this one, something that we didn't see last week when the Marauders went up against Agua Fria in the scrimmage game. The Marauders controlled the line of scrimmage, and we left here feeling pretty good about ourselves. Hey, this team can play like that up in the front. This is a team that's got a chance to go 8-2, 9-1, you know. And now so far tonight, we've seen SnowFlake come down here and be able to control the Marauders on the line, and that's the big difference in this game right now. Mingus down by 15 points.
And it's whether or not the Mingus Marauders can get around the corner that has been the real key for the Marauders. Can they get somebody like Kitchen? Can they get their speedsters around the corner? Right now, SnowFlake has been able to fight speed with speed.
And we did have a good return by Kitchen out across midfield, and then from then on they quit kicking the ball to him. They started kicking it to the up men and bringing them down and, you know, giving up good field position but not across midfield type type of position.
You know what? That's just good coaching.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, fans, speaking of good coaching, JB's telling me, hey, we got to take a break, so we're going to do that. And we'll be back to Mingus High School as the teams are coming out on the field now, getting ready for the second half. It's 22-7. The SnowFlake Lobos with the lead over the Mingus Marauders. Mingus still down in the locker room, and the cheerleaders are over there making a tunnel for him, ready for him to come out. But we don't see him yet, and Jacobo's out on the field talking things over with the officials.
Well, yeah, I think he was apologizing for the windshield.
Oh, yeah,
when he kicked that one in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Was that your cursor?
No. Now he's over yelling at the locker rooms. Hey, come on, guys. Refs are looking for us. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back with second half action. Marauders down 15 here at the half, 22-7. We'll be back to the Cave at Mingus High School. Second half action after this.
For almost half a century, Verde Valley Guidance Clinic has helped people seeking recovery from mental illness and substance use disorders. Now is the dawn of a new day in healthcare. With the addition of Valley Medical Center and Verde Valley Connections Primary Care, we now offer a balanced approach to healthcare. Our pediatricians, physicians, and nurse practitioners are available to assist children and adults of all ages to get well and stay healthy. New patients are welcome. As the oldest community behavioral health clinic in northern Arizona, the professionals at Verde Valley Guidance Clinic have helped thousands of families and individuals reach their recovery goals. Our 2 primary care offices are located in Cottonwood, with behavioral health facilities in Cottonwood, Camp Verde, and Sedona. Our clinics now accept Access, Medicare, and private insurance. Verde Valley Guidance Clinic. We provide quality health care for both your body and your mind.
Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros give you more miles for your money. Locally owned and grown, Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros will beat any competitor. Bring your best deal and they'll beat it on price, total service, tire quality, and arguably the best nationwide warranty. For 24 months or 24,000 miles and available at 30,000 locations coast to coast. Get more miles for your money every day from your hometown team, Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros.
This has been the Larry Green Chevrolet Halftime Report. Keep it tuned here for the Mingus Marauder Larry Green Pick of the Week. Snag the snacks and the beverages quick, because half number 2 is getting ready to start. We'll meet you back on the air. Exciting Mingus Marauder football on Verde Valley TV will return right after this.
This is Travis Reed from Larry Green Chevrolet and Hyundai of Cottonwood. People often refer to us as the people place. Let me assure you, whether it's our involvement in the community or with our customers that visit, we make it a priority to keep that reputation. If you're in the market for a newer pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and our sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet and Hyundai of Cottonwood, 2 dealerships in 1 convenient location just off Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood. From all of us at Larry Green Chevrolet, Hyundai of Cottonwood, and the Green Auto Group,
we're better and we'll prove it.
Back at Mingus High School, the Marauders out on the field ready to kick the ball away to start the second half of play. Jacobo kicked off one side in this ball game, kicked it all the way through the end zone. Marauders trailing 22-7 here at the half. The Lobos scored first, second, and third, and the Marauders ended the scoring of the first half with a touchdown of their own to chip into this lead a little bit here.
Well, the Mingus Marauders need to take a lesson from Larry Green Chevrolet and be better and prove it.
Yeah.
And right now,
going to have to prove it.
Yeah, they're going to have to. A little bit of a unique setup here for the Marauders.
And Jacobo to kick it away. It's high. It is deep, and it is to the back end of the end zone, and a touchback. First down and 10 Lobos. They'll come out with their quarterback, or Ty Reedhead, who has been able to do just a little bit of everything here in this first half. He's thrown the ball for first downs. He's run the ball for touchdowns, and he's really done a nice job of getting his team rolling here in the first half.
Well, of the 181 yards, he's counted for 134 of them all by himself.
That's pretty good.
And Sholo has been, or pardon me, SnowFlake. I get those White Mountain teams all confused, but SnowFlake has been a one-man squad. And one man seems to do the damage against the Marauders.
Here's a snap. They're going to hand off to the right side, and diving through the line of scrimmage and putting a hand down to stay on his feet in a gain of a couple is number 3, Lehigh Caldwell, the little fella, 5'5", 141, but he's got a gain of about 6 on the play and brings up second down and short now for the Lobos. And with a 2-touchdown lead, I would think that the Lobos are going to try to run this thing as much as possible here in the second half, keep that clock running.
Well, at the same time, they had some success in the air, and they might, if they think they can put it out of sight.
Here's a handoff coming to the right side again, and breaking tackles, first down, hit at the 31. They're going to give him progress at 32. 2 runs, 12 yards, and a first down here for the Lobos.
Nick Hall will pick up another 5 yards. In the first half, he had 10 yards on 4 carries and gets another half of that in 1.
First down and 10. Levi Collins with the play for the Marauder defense out there. And working from the near hash mark in front of the Marauder bench, the big heavies come up to the line of scrimmage, get set over the ball. Quarterback stays in the shotgun. One man ahead of him at the fullback, a running back behind him. Here's the handoff, going to fake it to the fullback and keep it himself. Reedhead to the left-hand side, being strung out east and west that time. Not able to get away from the Marauder defense as he is hit at the line of scrimmage. And depending on the mark, he may have a yard. Looks like they're going to give him a yard. Wow, they're going to give him 2 out to the 34-yard line. Brings up second down and 8.
Well, he does a great job at just running with his head down. I think all he does is look for a white uniform and follow.
And 191 pounds at 6'1", he's able to deliver a little bit of a blow at the point of impact as well.
Well, he keeps himself compact. We've seen quite a few Mingus Marauders lay a lick and bounce off.
Well, here's a second down and 8 play. This would be a passing situation. Looking to throw over the middle. He's got a man, and a good hit by the Marauders. It's Anthony Broyles that came and separated the ball from the man that time. Hunter Bauer had it in his hands. Broyles ripped it out with his helmet.
Well, great job. That's a second big hit out there by Broyles. As you can see it come through again. That receiver had his hands on that ball, and Broyles did the separation thing. It's kind of like a chiropractor, but different.
Third down and 8 now. Marauder defense looking for a big play. Here's a snap. Quarterback looking over the middle. He's got a man wide open, and he doesn't catch the ball. It's in and out of the hands of Caldwell that time. Caldwell would have almost certainly had a first down had he been able to come up with that one just out of the outstretched fingertips, and brings up 4th down and long. So the Marauder defense got the stop. It wasn't 3 and out, but it was 5 and out or 6 and out there, and they're going to get the ball back for the first time, down by 2 scores.
Well, we'll take that. No problem. And Mingus should have decent field position somewhere around the middle of the field at least.
And looking to see if it's Hanks or and a rollout punt, and it looks like it's Rios at the 30. And Rios makes one man miss, trying to get outside, and he's dragged down, fumbles, but I believe he's down. The referees are pointing to the ground. That's a pretty good indication that he was down before the ball popped out. And it is Jesse Rios with the return of 5 yards on the punt. And the Marauders have okay field position at the 35-yard line to start their first drive of the second half, down 22-7 with 10 minutes on the board here, third quarter action.
39 weeks between football games, 40 weeks since we have been back here at our home stadium. That is a long time to go without a Marauder burger. It is.
Yeah, almost a year.
Oh.
First down and 10, Mingus. One back in the backfield, wing back on either side. Man in motion. Rolling right. Looking to throw. He's got a man. Helsel with the catch. The 40. Helsel gets a block. Now he stood up. Now he's going again. And now he's knocked backwards. Man, a lot of this, that, and the other thing, and now he's down for a gain of about 7 or 8 and a good gain on first down. Well, Helsel broke a tackle, and then he got stood up, and it looked like he was going to get away again. Then it was like he was a slinky or something, a little accordion action. They were just kind of playing him.
Boom!
Wham,
nice
good
block.
And there he breaks free, and then wham, he stood up and then driven backwards. A gain of 9, second down and 1 for the Marauders at the 44-yard line.
Great job keeping his feet, and that was a heck of a block out there by the Marauders coming back. That was a
Hanks in the backfield. Lineman set. Navarez takes a snap, drops back to throw. Navarez flushed out of the pocket, still on his feet, and now he's going to tuck and run. He's going to lose a couple and down at the 41.
Well, he had nothing downfield.
So throw it away and save the 3 yards. That's something they'll talk about. He'll do that next time.
Well, You know, this is Navarez had what? Game time of about maybe 10 minutes last year.
Yeah.
Filling in for
at quarterback. Yeah.
Right, because Karen came in, was probably the number one backup for the Mingus Marauders last year. So, you know, even though he's a senior, he's still a little fresh back there.
3rd and 4 from the near hash mark. Hanks in the backfield, 3 wide on the right-hand side. Down lineman, 1 player at a wide receiver on the right. Rolling right, looking to throw. He's got a man. It's Helsel, and he's going to be real close to a first down. Navarez talking with the referee back there, looking for a little extra yardage on the extracurricular activity. And the official takes a look, says, we don't need no stinking chings. That's a first down. And the Marauders have it 1st and 10 from their own 45.
Well, Helsel found exactly the line he needed to go on, went exactly that far, and quite honestly, that becomes a weapon. He's
running
beating
towards the sticks.
He is beating his man. There is not a linebacker that can stay with him out of the backfield.
1st down and 10. Marauders trying to inch back into this thing. Still a lot of ball game left. 8-minute mark, 3rd quarter, and a quick hitter up the middle. And now Dakota Hanks is quickly going to be hit and knocked down. Forward progress back to the line where he met a big wall, and it brings up 2nd down and 10. Haven't seen Zach Simmons in the offense much here today.
No, haven't seen a lot of him here in the offense. Saw him a little bit on defense, playing defensive end.
At the
same time,
right now.
We have not seen a lot of misdirection for the Mingus Marauders. They scored on it down here at the goal line.
Quarterback keeper there, yeah.
Yeah, but we still haven't seen an awful lot of misdirection from the Marauder backfield.
Helsel, Kitchen, and I believe Rios on the right-hand side. 1 back in the backfield, it's Hanks. Looking to throw is Navarez. Pump fake, Navarez going downtown, down the middle of the field. He's got a man wide open. Caught at the 15 and wrestled down at the 10. Big play. Jesse Rios with a big catch, and the Marauders have it 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Jesse Rios comes up with a huge catch, pump fake to get the defensive backs to step up, and then going over the top, and Rios was there, the man on the spot to make the big grab for Mingus.
Well, 45 yards on that one, and if we don't have an interception, we'll make that the pick of the week.
There you go.
From Larry Green. How about that?
7 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Marauders down 22-7. 1st down and goal from the 10-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield in I formation. Hanks with Helsel behind him. Here's a snap. They're going to keep it himself. Navarez tries to get through the line, and he spun down and a gain of maybe a yard. They're going to give him progress inside the 10-yard line, but not much more than that. 2nd down and goal.
Well, he certainly had the opportunity to pitch the ball.
I thought he would.
Yeah, had he been able to pitch the ball, I think we get 4 or 5 yards out of that one. But it's that's a tough read. That's a tough read coming around that corner.
Navarez running back out on the field after getting a play from Coach Young over on the sideline. Clock ticks down to 6:15 left here in the 3rd quarter, 22-7. Snowflake with the lead. Marauders 2nd down and goal from the 9-yard line. Working from the far hash mark on the Snowflake side of the field, working towards the scoreboard here at Mingus High School. Now we've got whistles, and we've got a delay of game on Mingus.
Ouch.
Part of the problem when you run your quarterback to the sideline, it takes a little longer to get your play in, and now it goes from 2nd and goal from the 9 to 2nd and goal from the 14.
3rd offensive penalty for the Mingus Marauders. 1 special teams, 30 yards of penalties. By the way, do you know there's not been a flag thrown against the Lobos yet?
Man in motion, it's Broyles, and it's going to be Navarez on the keeper, and he'll break a tackle. Navarez to the 5, Navarez to the end zone, touchdown Mingus! Micah Navarez took the rock to the house. He's in for the 2nd time tonight. We've got an injured Marauder on the field. It looks like he's getting up, and Micah Navarez just out-sprinted the Lobos to the corner, and as a matter of fact, 2 Lobos run into each other at about the 5-yard line. Our fans at home watching the replay of this ball game, watch these 2 guys right here come up and whammo, and there goes Navarez to the left corner and his 2nd touchdown of the night. The extra point attempt is up and looks wide, and it is. Ooh, man, the Marauders gave up a 2-point conversion. Now they miss an extra point and trail by 9, 22-13 with 5:46 left to go in the 3rd quarter of play. The Marauders have scored back-to-back touchdowns, and they're back in this ball game. We'll be back with the Jacobo kickoff coming up after this.
Think back to all those rules you heard growing up.
Don't get dirty.
You'll always remember those rules.
Don't run with scissors.
Now, not only can you bend some of those rules,
Don't talk to strangers.
you can turn them into a career.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Imagine your possibilities. So when you want to expand your job skills or explore a new career path, don't be afraid to take some chances. Push your boundaries. Trust in your abilities. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Mingus High School, Jacobo to kick off again. That's a good sign for the Marauders. That means they've been back in the end zone. Now they've got the lead cut to 9. This one doesn't go into the end zone. It's going to be returned from the 2-yard line. Here come the Lobos. The Marauder defense gathers them up inside the 20, spins them around and down at about the 17-yard line. They're getting progress maybe to the 18 or 19, depending on where they mark the ball. But it's at the 20. 5:33 left to go, third quarter. The missed extra point now has the Marauders still down by 2 scores, trailing 22-13.
Yeah, that could definitely loom large, as you have said in other games out there. And boy, that helicopter spin tackle out there, that's when you need one more Marauder to get some sort of a shoulder pad on that ball.
That's when somebody heard that the WWF was in town. Out here scouting. Here's a snap, looking to hand off, cut back to the middle. It's a little fella, Caldwell, with the carry. He's out across the 20 to about the 23 or 4-yard line. A gain of 5 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 5. Not very big, JB, but he finds that hole, and he runs hard for 141 pounds.
No doubt. He hasn't run the ball so much here in this particular offense. That's his only his third carry. He's been probably more efficient defensively, though.
And handoff coming to the right side. Oh, hit at the line, spins out of the tackle and gains another 3 yards. Man, again, hit at the line of scrimmage. Could have been a no-gainer. Instead, the spin and the dive, just getting what I can, and it's about 4, it looks like, as they've got the ball out near the 28-yard line. They need to get to the 29.
Well, it looks like Kitchen on the tackle, and I think that was Nick Hall with the run.
Here's the 3rd down play, and they'll give it to Caldwell again, and he's going to dive into the legs of his lineman and across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Oh, now the linesman coming in from the other side. He says no, his knee was down before the 30-yard line. It doesn't matter. It's still going to be good enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, but that was a good mark. I mean, that was definitely a good mark, and that's hard to see amongst all the giants in there in the pile to see where that knee went down.
Because he just kind of dove into the back of everybody's legs just to make sure he got enough for a 1st down, and apparently the linesman saw his knee go down before the 31.
Yeah, and at that particular point, if nobody's watching, keep crawling.
Heck yeah. 1st down and goal from just shy of the 30-yard line. Everybody bunched up on the line of scrimmage here, and now you got a man going in motion, and the Marauders pointing to SnowFlake as whistles blow, and that will be our first penalty flag on the Lobos, and that'll make it 1st down and 15, so that helps the Marauders a little bit here.
Yeah, they have been penalty-free up until this point. 4:17 left to go in the game, and Mingus down by 9, and all of a sudden Jacobo starts to make himself really important for the possibility of a field goal later on in this game.
Here's a snap. Quarterback fakes a pitch, keeps it himself through the line, running hard and down after a gain of 6. Brings up 2nd down and 9 now as he's back across the 30-yard line out to the 31. Time starting to become a factor here. Still in the 3rd quarter, but less than 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter of play. The Marauders are down by 2 scores.
Well, Mingus needs a stand right here to get the ball back and try to get the clock back on their side.
Back-to-back touchdowns by the Marauders, unanswered. Here's a man in motion. They're going to hand it to him. It's 24 going left. 24 strung out and hit at the line. Driven backwards and hammered down. Oh, big play by the Marauder defense that time. Coming up with a big hit over on the far end of the field. And it looks like it may be Jesse Rios that is the player that comes up with a stick for the Marauders. Brings up 3rd down and about 7 now for SnowFlake at their own 32-yard line.
Yeah, that was a fantastic tackle. That's not one of those you're going to bounce off me and get an extra 2 or 3 yards.
No.
That is lift and drive. That was textbook right there. And all of a sudden, the Lobos in a passing situation now.
That's pick you up and drop you down. Guess what? The ground's not so hard when I land on you. Here's a snap and a fake of the handoff. Quarterback looking to throw. Good coverage downfield by Mingus. Now they'll find a man wide open, but right through his hands. I'll tell you what, 81 has had a chance to really hurt the Marauders here tonight, and he's had a couple of balls right through his hands. That time, SnowFlake could not come up with the catch, and the Mingus Marauders will force a punt here on 4th and about 7 from the 32-yard line.
All right, 2 receptions in the first half. For 26 yards, 1 for 20 and 1 for 6. However, in the second half, Reedhead has started slow. He's 0 for 3 throwing the ball.
Rios to return for the Marauders, and they're going to keep it. And Reedhead race it for the corner, and he's going to have a first down. Out to the 44-yard line. He needed to get to the 40. This is the quarterback that's also the punter, and he takes a snap and kind of like Luke Simmons used to do last year, rolls out with it to the right and then kind of pooch punts it. That time he rolled out to the right and said, I can beat everybody to the 40-yard line. He just took off and got to the 44.
Well, I think he looks at the defensive end on that side, and he has a one-man read on his punt.
Right.
But that's really what it is. He has a one-man read on his punt. Looks, and if that defensive end has been turned to the inside, then he has
fast,
the option.
And he knows he can beat people to the corner, and he did that time. That's a big blow to this Marauder defense. It just got forced them into a punt. Now they got a first down out near midfield. Here's a pitch out of the backfield, cutting through the middle and breaking tackles and a gain of about 10. Depending on the spot, they might only have 9, but another big run that time by Trevor McCray. And the Marauder defense maybe feeling a little deflated here. Came up with a big stand, forced them into a punt situation, then give up the big play on the fake punt, and now a gain of 9.5 on first down.
Well, Broyles is going to be a leader out there on the defense. Let's see if he can get a wall built here. Although you've got probably a 60% chance that Reedhead's going to keep the ball himself on this.
On second down and less than a yard, Reedhead's got a first down right behind a big line up front. Follows his center and his guards for a gain of about 5 to the Marauder 41-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, your quarterback, if you're going to do that a lot, it better be pretty tough.
And he is. I mean, he could be their running back. I mean, this kid, they just put him at quarterback because he's their best athlete, and apparently that's what they do up there. And this kid's good. He's gouging the Marauders. 1:38 left to go in the third quarter. Mingus again having to come up with a big stop of their defense. 1st and 10. SnowFlake at the Marauder 41. Man in motion, and they'll fake the pitch to him. Now looking to throw. He's got a man downfield. Now he's going to tuck and run. Reedhead hit and down, but not until he gets a 35-yard line. A gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 now for the Lobos. They continue to pick up something on every play, and the clock really becoming a factor as we're down to 1 minute and 5 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Marauders still down by 2 scores with the missed extra point.
Well, he looked downfield. Mingus actually had really good coverage. That was his only hope, was trying to run the ball, and pursuing the quarterback out there for the Mingus Marauders was Isaiah Baker.
Here's a snap, and they'll sweep to the left-hand side, going with Shumway. Shumway breaks through the Marauder defense and picks up another big chunk of yardage all the way down to about the 27-yard line, a gain of about 8 on the play, and another first down here for SnowFlake. It's almost like that fake punt really put the Marauder defense on their heels. They needed to get off the field at that time to catch their breath, and instead they're back out there and they're giving up first down after first down and getting pushed around.
Yeah, well, they're back starting to get up against the wall here, so you get closer to the red zone and the field gets kind of skinny.
It'd be a good time for that Larry Green pick. And here comes the quarterback, Reedhead again, and it'll just blast through the line of scrimmage. It's almost like Reedhead could just keep it every play and he's going to get 5. And before you know it, you're in the end zone. Well, and that should be the end of the third quarter here as clock's ticking away down to 10 seconds, and SnowFlake's not going to snap a play. So let's take a break. At the end of the third quarter, Marauders had the only score of the quarter, and they cut it a little closer, but the missed extra point still has them down by 2 scores. 22-13 as we head to the 4:48. We'll be back to Mingus High School for fourth quarter action coming up after this.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Here in the Verde Valley, it's always a great time to ride. And for all your cycle needs, it's always a great time to visit D&K Service Cycle and ATV. Their certified technicians can keep your street bike or your dirt bike in tip-top shape year-round. Stop in and check out the full inventory of riding gear. At D&K, they can help sell your good used motorcycles too. Go to dkservicecycle.com and find out about the consignment program. D&K Service Cycle and ATV in Cottonwood, a quarter-mile south of Walmart.
Back at Mingus High School, the Mighty Marauders out on the field, down by 9 as we start the fourth quarter of play. And SnowFlake has got the ball, first down and 10 at the Marauder 22.
Well, it has been the Reedhead show here. He had 25 yards rushing on 9 carries in the first half. And he's got 6 carries here in the second half, 34 yards. And I think the third quarter, the timeout there became a very important part for the Mingus Marauders to kind of regroup defensively.
Yeah, catch their breath on defense for sure because they've been getting pushed around. Well, it's actually second down. Scoreboard's not right. Second down and 5. Here's a snap and a handoff, inside handoff, going to Caldwell. He breaks in the open. Caldwell cut to the right, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown! Marauders laying around on the field there. Nobody got to the guy carrying the ball and taking it in from 24 yards out, 22 yards out. There's the little guy, Lehigh Caldwell, 5'5", 141 pounds, and he has ripped the Marauders with a big run again here tonight.
Well, great job. Just cuts in a little misdirection back there, which is usually a Mingus Marauder deal, and able to split the defense and find the end zone.
The captain of the squad is
looking to add the extra point. Fumble on the snap. The kick is up, and it looks to be good. Wow, somehow he just line drived it through there. 28-13 now is the score. No, they got to put the point up there. It'll be 29-13 with 11:52 left to go. So the Marauders down by 2 touchdowns and a little bit more here. They need 2 touchdowns and a 2-point. Well, no, because they didn't put the point up there. They'll be down by 16. They need 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions to tie. We'll be back with a Marauder kickoff return coming up after this.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Looking to kick off for the SnowFlake Lobos is 88 Keegan Kay, a 5'7", 122-pound player. A left-footed kicker. Kick is a ground ball. Bounces off a Marauder. Now it's loose on the ground and finally just covered up at the 22-yard line. That's better than giving it up, I guess. But that ground ball kick really gave the Marauders not much of a chance to return it.
No, it had a great hop to it, and when you draw that one up on the on the piece of paper, that's exactly how the ball bounces.
That's what you want.
Right,
that's what he got right there. And it bounced off the guy and it was loose and could have been anybody's ball. Fortunately for Mingus, somebody I think it was Rios just ran up and jumped on it. And now the Marauders down by 16, 29-13 with 11:47, still a lot of time. They need to score touchdowns. They need 2-point conversions. They need to get their defense some stops. They need a lot of things to happen here in this fourth quarter. Here's the snap. Navarez rolling right, looking to throw, does throw, has a man, it's Helsel, and he's pushed down at about the 26 or 7-yard line, a gain of about 3 or 4 depending on what yard line they mark it out. Oh, yeah, all the way out to the 28.
Yeah, that looks more like 5.
Yeah, that's a 5-yarder.
You get the slide on the artificial turf. You get the slide with it, right?
And the clock running. That's the other thing Mingus has to think about. Maybe on some of these runs, if you get to the sideline trying to get out of bounds before you try to get an extra yard, sometimes a couple seconds are worth a yard. Here's the snap. Looking to throw again. And Navarez flushed out of the pocket. Navarez going to throw, and he's got a man. Catch is made. First down yardage out to the 36-yard line. And it's Rios again. Another good reception that time by Jesse Rios. And a first down catch stops the clock with 11:01 until they get the chain set. Navarez over on the sideline getting the play from head coach Bob Young and running it back out onto the field. Tanner Karen in at a wideout position on the right side for the Mingus Marauders. Looks like he came in in replace of Herb Tiffany. Remember Tiffany last week in that game? We had to give him a nickname, the Angry Chihuahua, because he played so awesome.
Oh, my goodness. He played with intensity. But he hasn't touched the ball here today.
Not at all. First down and 10. Mingus with a man in motion. And handoff. It's going to be a second man through Kitchen. Kitchen will make a man miss. And now he's off to the races on the left side. Caught and knocked down.
And out of bounds.
Out of bounds, I believe, to stop the clock. It's going to be a first down nonetheless for the Marauders. And a good play that time. They went to the right side, and then looked like it may have been mishandled a little bit on the handoff to Kitchen, but he got it and got out on the left side, and he was pretty much open.
I'm not sure that wasn't a shovel pass.
Might have been.
It could have been a shovel pass right up the middle because everybody was going the wrong. I mean, Kitchen wasn't where he was supposed to be in order to make that catch, to actually get that ball.
First down and 10 Marauders, and Navarez looking to throw. He'll throw a screen to Helsel. He's got a block in front across midfield. Helsel still on his feet and chugging down across the 45 into the 44-yard line. A gain of 9 on the play, and it's second down and 1 here for the Marauders. So the offense starting to pick up a couple of big chunks at a time. Nice pass and catch that time from Navarez to Helsel, and a gain of 9.
Great job out there as Helsel found himself, just found a little spot to be open, but Navarez has been right on target here in the second half.
Trying to get the ball to Helsel out in the flat on screen passes. Second down, it looks like they only gave him 8. Second down and 2, and again, Navarez a throw again to Helsel, and this time he drops it.
Ooh.
Would have had enough. Would have caught it at about the line of scrimmage, but the defense wasn't near him. He would have at least been able to get the 2 yards he needed for the first. Instead, clock stopped. That's a good part, I guess. But it's third down and 2, and obvious 4-down territory for Mingus, down by 2 scores here.
Oh, without a doubt. Mingus looking to make it dramatic. If we remember the season opener last year against Lakeside Blue Ridge, another White Mountain team, 16-13, and Mingus was coming back, needed 2 more minutes in the game.
Yeah, we don't want to get in that situation. Third down and 2, man in motion is Helsel, and it's going to be a keeper for Navarez. He's got a first down. Can he get outside? Navarez still on his feet, and now finally brought down inside the 40. Let's see, it depends where they mark him. Looks like they're going to mark him out the 39-yard line. And a first down. So Navarez with the fake that time and kept it himself, kind of got things flowing right and went left and picked up the big first down for the Marauders.
You know what? When Mingus is doing that misdirection, that's when historically I've seen them have the most success running the ball. That's when you're picking up 5, 6, 8, 12, 22 yards at a shot.
First down and 10, Mingus. Clock ticking away here. 9:15 left to go in the fourth quarter now. Marauders down 29-13 on the move. From the 39-yard line of the Lobos, Navarez rolling right, looking downfield. Navarez still looking downfield, and he throws across the middle in a triple coverage, and he has a reception to Tanner Karen, who will have a first down.
Holy cow.
Karen with a catch around the 28. It's good for 11 and a first down for Mingus.
You're right. He threw that into triple coverage, and that is an awful lot of faith and in yourself to be able to do that. But he had all day great protection by the Mingus Marauder offensive line.
And in your receiver that he's not going to bobble it and knock it up in the air for 1 of 3 people to catch.
No kidding.
Good grab. First down and 10, Mingus. Getting close to that red zone. Of course, they'll need some 2-point conversions as well. Why not? Makes it more fun. Here's a quick screen and a one-handed grab. It's Kitchen down the right side. Kitchen still on his feet and out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Another first down. A gain of 12 on the play. And the Marauders out of bounds stops the clock and on the move in the red zone. Down by 16, 29-13 with 8:35 left to go here in the game.
Well, great job, and it has really been an aerial attack out here by the Mingus Marauders in the second half. Almost haven't put the ball on the ground.
Timeout on the field. SnowFlake wants to give their defense a chance to catch their breath. 8:36 left to go. The Marauders first down and 10 from the SnowFlake 16-yard line. We'll be back with the Marauder offense right after this.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Lobos heading back out on the field after calling their first time out of the second half. The Marauders have the ball, first down and 10 at the Lobos 16-yard line. Navarez sends Kitchen in motion from right to left. Handoff coming out of the backfield. It's Hanks. Hanks to the 10, cuts it back into the middle to the 6, still on his feet, and chugging inside the 5 and down at the 3.
Holy cow! The little engine that would refuse to not. Wait, that's not how the story goes.
Big pickup, too.
Look at this, 13 yards on the carry. Great misdirection. Almost got caught in the backfield there. Outruns the corner, and then somehow stops, gets hit 1, 2, 3, 4, and
16. Porter holding on to him. Porter Black is the only reason that he didn't score. Holding on to a shoelace.
Best run by Hanks this season.
First and goal, Mingus from the 3-yard line. Hanks in the backfield. Helsel right behind him. He gets the handoff. Helsel tripped up and down. What about the line of scrimmage? I try to follow Helsel, the speedster behind fullback Hanks. And Helsel was tripped up in the backfield and was able to take a couple hops forward and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, good thing he didn't go down where he was hit. It would have been -3 yards on that run.
Yeah.
Good penetration once again by the Lobos.
Now they'll try Kitchen behind Hanks in an I formation. Rios on one side, Karen on the other, looking to throw. Navarez out of the backfield. He's got a man. It's Kitchen in the end zone. Touchdown! Kitchen with a reception at about the 3. Cut it right up to the middle into the end zone. Touchdown. The Marauders are back within 10 now. With 7:32 left to go, really the Marauders need to have a couple of 2-point conversions. Here are fans at home watching on the replay, looking at Kitchen all the way. The reception made at about the 3-yard line, turns upfield to the end zone, untouched. Marauders back in the ball game, looking to go for 2. Navarez at quarterback. Man in the backfield is Hanks, and looking to throw. Navarez once again. Navarez throws to the corner. He's got a man. Helsel, 2-point conversion is good. The Marauders back within 1 score, 29-21. Mingus back in this ball game. Got to play a little D. 7:32 left to go. Mingus coming off a big touchdown, and they're looking to try to stop these Lobos here on this next drive. We'll be back with a Marauder kickoff after this.
Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros give you more miles for your money. Locally owned and grown, Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros will beat any competitor. Bring your best deal and they'll beat it on price, total service, tire quality, and arguably the best nationwide warranty. For 24 months or 24,000 miles and available at 30,000 locations coast to coast. Get more miles for your money every day from your hometown team, Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros.
Marauders back on the board. Micah Navarez looking pretty good throwing that thing around, JB. He's got a touchdown throwing, and now he's got a 2-point conversion to Helsel. Helsel played a big role on that drive as well.
He did. Kitchen as well. Hanks, 13 tough yards in the red zone on the ground. And Navarez in the second half is 9 for 10, 107 yards.
Jacobo to kick off. It's high, it's deep, and it is in the end zone. Bounced at the goal line, but went in the end zone, and that's what the Marauders were looking for there.
Actually, I would have loved for that thing to hit at the 1 and bounce backward.
Just sit there at the 3.
And spin.
Yeah.
And spin. Just spin. No, that would have been sweet. But, yes, long field here for the Lobos. But more importantly, Mingus is going to win this game right now with their defense. Give their offense a chance to win this game with their defense.
Defense hasn't made they've made a play. They haven't had a takeaway yet. They haven't come up with the big play that they need yet. The big sack, the big hit for a loss. They need to come up with something big. Here's the handoff, sweeping to the right-hand side, and a defense in trouble now, giving up the big play. The 40, the 45 to midfield, and rolling into the Marauder territory that time. 32, Trevor McCray with a huge run on first down, picks up 34 yards, and the Marauders, just like that, with their defense back on the own side of the field.
Well, he had a canyon to run through on the right-hand side with that sweep, and they did a great job blocking in the defensive end and just shuttling it off. Kitchen, the only reason he makes that play is his incredible speed.
Yep. Well, now the defense has to stiffen up here a little bit. Lobos, one back to the right of the quarterback, one back in front of him. Man on the right goes in motion. They fake the pitch to him. The quarterback's keeping himself. Reed head forward. He's got about 4 yards, maybe 5, depending on the spot. Tackle made by, looks like Kitchen came up to make the initial hit for the Marauders. And the progress to the 41-yard line, and that will be a gain of 5, bringing up 2nd and 2. And more importantly for SnowFlake, the clock's running down to 7 minutes, and they lead by 8.
Well, remember last year, Lakeside Blue Ridge left Mingus, escaping Mingus with a victory. They almost played defensive offensively in the last couple of series. We'll see if the Lobos do the same thing.
Any score at this point would be detrimental to the Marauders' hopes. Handoff in the right side. It's the little fella Caldwell, and it'll be shy of a first down, but he's a little closer. Depending on the spot here, it looks like he's going to need about 2 yards. Clock running, 6:25 and counting. 3rd down and 2 now. This becomes a huge play for the Marauder defense. I would have to imagine there's not going to be any type of a field goal shot from here. From the 38-yard line, 48, 55-yard. Here's a snap. Quarterback's keeping himself. Hit and down. Ooh, depending on the spot, he's going to be close to a first down. They need to get to the 36-yard line. It looks like he's going to be spotted at about the 36 and a third yard line, not even a half. And the officials say 4th down. It's 4th and very short. Here's a big play again for the Marauder defense. Can they stick their nose in there and make a play at the line of scrimmage or back behind the line? This could be the game here for Mingus defensively.
No doubt. They're going to take a timeout and think about it. It's that big.
6-minute mark. Final quarter of play. 29-21. SnowFlake with the lead and the ball. 4th and less than 1 at the Marauder 36-yard line. Lobos call timeout. We'll be back after this.
This is Travis Reed from Larry Green Chevrolet in Hyundai of Cottonwood. People often refer to us as the people place. Let me assure you, whether it's our involvement in the community or with our customers that visit, we make it a priority to keep that reputation. If you're in the market for a newer pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and our sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet in Hyundai of Cottonwood, 2 dealerships in 1 convenient location just off Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood. From all of us at Larry Green Chevrolet Hyundai of Cottonwood and the Green Auto Group,
we're better!
Back at Mingus High School, 4th down and less than a foot for the Lobos. They stack up that line. Here's a snap. Quarterback's going to keep it, hit the backfield, but he's got a first down. And it'll be stacked up inside the 35. He was hit in the backfield, but he was able to break free and pick up about 2 yards for a first down.
Well, that was huge. That's the second 4th down conversion they've been able to convert in order to keep a drive alive. And SnowFlake taking a page out of Palo Verde from yesteryear and just eating clock. And I'll take 3 yards if you give me 4 downs, right?
Now's when the clock becomes important. The Marauders do have some timeouts to work with that they could use on defense. Otherwise, with 5:43, SnowFlake might be happy just to take 3 and 4 yards at a time like this and keep that clock running. Don't want to get a first down on first down because you want to keep the clock running and running it again. The Marauders may need to take timeouts on defense. 5.5 minutes left to go. 29-21 is our score. And SnowFlake not in any hurry to get the play running here. They want to run as much clock in between plays as they can.
Well, Mingus definitely needs a play for a loss here. They've only had 2 in the game defensively.
Yeah, defense hasn't made the big plays yet tonight. Awaiting the snap, there it is, and a run to the right, and down the right sideline it goes, still on his feet, and finally hit out of bounds. But not before another huge gain. Trevor McCray is the one that keeps coming up with the big runs here for SnowFlake, and now they're in a position where even if the Marauders are able to stop them, they should be in field goal range. You see a pitch to the right side. McCray just outruns the Marauder defensive lineman and down the sideline and knocked out of bounds right here by a big hit by, looks like, number 34 for Mingus. I don't have a 34, though. Here's the play. First down and 10.
Levi Collins.
Here, oh, there you go. Here's the snap, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper, and he'll dive forward as things start to tighten up in that line. And a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. Well, he's got more than that. He's got about 6 yards on the play, all the way down to the Marauder 11-yard line. Any points at this point for SnowFlake makes it a 2-possession game with 4:40 left to go. Time's running out on the Marauders. They need a big play from the D.
No doubts about it, and that offensive line has given him at least a 2-yard head start pretty much all the time.
Yeah, that's not good. Second down and 5, they're going to say. Man in motion from left to right. Here they go, giving it to the man going from right to left, and into the line he goes, and his linemen just kind of grab him and pull him forward, and it's a gain of 1 or 2 there for Nick Hall as he's inside the 10-yard line now.
Well, that might even be 3.
Yeah, it looks like they got him down to the 9.
Little misdirection there, and Nick Hall runs through the middle.
3rd and a long 1. And time ticking away. 3:55 left to go here in the ball game.
SnowFlake doesn't show you a lot of different formations, do they?
No. They keep lining up the same thing and running it, and if you can't stop it, why stop running it? Here goes a handoff, a cutback, and a huge hit, but he's still on his feet. And now being hit in the backfield, spun around and down. A huge hit by the Marauders at the line of scrimmage. Knocked number 32, that's McCray, backwards, and for some reason he didn't go down. And the Marauders had to jump on him again to make sure they brought him to the ground. Our fans at home watching on TV, here he comes into the line, and whammo, it's Levi Collins again that sticks him, knocks him backwards, and then the play is finished up by Dakota Hanks. And timeout on the field, 3:30 left to go. It's 4th down and about 3 now for SnowFlake. Jackie, do they attempt the field goal here to put them up by 2 possessions with 3.5 left to go?
Well, normally it would make sense. Normally it would make sense. However, you got to have a lot of faith in your kicker because you don't want to leave a 1-possession game in Mingus with 3:30, especially when the opposing quarterback, being Navarez, has gone 9 for 10 in the second half with a touchdown.
28-yarder. It's not huge.
No.
But it would be 2 possessions, and if you don't make it, the Marauders have the long field to go with.
Now, historically, and I don't know what he's dealing with as far as a kicker is concerned, last year they were only 1 for 5 on field goal attempts. So, even if you've got maybe a more efficient kicker this year, that's still got to sit in the back of your head as a coach.
Yeah, and if they don't make it, they give it to the Marauders, and they march down the field and score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. You might be wondering if we need to have a little kicking practice next week.
No kidding.
Can't get this close and not kick it through.
Now, at the same time, with this kind of a quarterback where he's been averaging more than 5 yards a carry, 4.8.
Reedhead with Hall next to him and Caldwell in front of him. 4th down and 4. Here's a snap. Reedhead's a jump pass over the middle to the end zone. Touchdown! Porter Black in the end zone all alone. Only had a man next to him, but he was in front of him. And a jump pass at the line of scrimmage from quarterback Reedhead. He took it like he was going to run up to the line, and he jumps and throws it over the top to a man wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. And the Marauders now in big trouble, trailing 35-21 with the extra point attempt coming.
Well, I haven't seen that. Not off the basketball court, I should say.
Yeah, the old jump pass. And here comes the kicker, Kay, to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and it looks good. and it is good. 3:25 left to go in the game. The Marauders down now 36-21. They need 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. Hey, a lot of time, 3:25. We've seen crazier things happen in high school football. Let's hope that the football gods are smiling on the Marauders tonight. We'll be back with the Marauder return after this.
Digitel, a Verizon premium wireless retailer. Come in today for the latest from America's largest and most reliable wireless network, including nationwide unlimited talk from Motorola, LG, Samsung, Apple, and HTC. Find Digitel, your Verizon premium wireless retailer, in the Flagstaff Mall, in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street, in Payson at 401 North Beeline Highway, and in Prescott with locations in the Prescott Gateway Mall, Willow Crossroads, and the shops at Prescott Gateway.
Back at Mingus High School, Marauders got the work cut out for them now. Down by 15 with 3:25 left to go. A nice return on the kickoff would be nice, but after Kitchen had that good return, the Lobos have been kicking the ball on the ground and kicking line drives and stuff and trying not to let the Marauders have a chance to return. Here's another line drive. Bounces. Taken by Kitchen at about the 18. Kitchen to the 30. Kitchen still on his feet and dives forward down about the 35.
Man, you hit that thing hard, and I thought Kitchen was going to have more time to get downfield, but he didn't. He somehow was able to get that ball clean. That was a line drive shot.
So Navarre is throwing the rock around pretty well on their last drive. The Marauders are going to be in full-blown throwing formation here, you would think. They need 2 scores. So they need to pick up chunks in a hurry, and throwing the ball down the field is the best way to do that.
Well, 19 attempts here in the game, which is, well, unusually and historically high for the Mingus Marauders.
Navarez from the shotgun takes a snap, rolls right, looking downfield. Navarez still looking. Now he's going to run. Navarez to the left-hand side. Can he get outside? To the 45, to the 50. Navarez trying to get out of bounds, and he will, to stop the clock at the 47-yard line, I believe, is where they're going to mark him out of bounds. On the 46. Nice run that time by Navarez. Went from the 36 to the opponent's 46. And a first down. Got out of bounds to stop the clock. 3:08 left to go in the game.
Another 18 yards running the ball.
Taylor Thagard runs into the game for the Marauders, replacing Herb Tiffany. First down and 10, Mingus on their opponent's side of the field, down by 15. First down and 10 from the gun. Navarez again looking to throw. Throws down the left side. He's got Helsel wide open at the 20. Helsel knocked out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. Another big gain by Mingus. Huge chunks throwing the ball. That's what we thought they were going to have to do here. And so far, they've picked up about 3/4 of the field on a couple of plays. And 3:01 left to go. There's still time here. The Marauders need to get in the end zone in a hurry.
Well, that's his fourth reception, his biggest one of the second half. And, man, he had one man to beat.
Yeah, but a very nice form tackle. Hit the man, hold on to him, make sure he goes down type of play by the defense that time.
He was wide open, though.
Wide open.
The blitz was coming, and that leaves the man open.
Here's the first down play. Navarez rolls. Navarez throws. He's intercepted at the 1, to the 10, to the 15, to the 17-yard line. Helsel makes the tackle, but that's a game ender for the Snowflake Lobos. It's Porter Black, the man that just caught the touchdown on the other end of the field to give his team a 2-possession lead. Now comes up with the INT at the goal line to end the game here for Mingus.
Just not a wise decision trying to put it into traffic once again. And Navarez just didn't quite see the full field out there.
And I think, well, there's still time. Mingus still has timeouts. I was going to say they might be able to take a knee, but no, 2:52 is a long time. And now we've got a timeout. Snowflake's calling timeout. 2:52 left to go in the ball game. The Lobos lead the Marauders 36-21. We'll be back after the Snowflake timeout.
Here in the Verde Valley, it's always a great time to ride. And for all your cycle needs, it's always a great time to visit D&K Service Cycle and ATV. Their certified technicians can keep your street bike or your dirt bike in tip-top shape year-round. Stop in and check out the full inventory of riding gear. At D&K, they can help sell your good, used motorcycles, too. Go to dkservicecycle.com and find out about the consignment program. D&K Service, Cycle, and ATV in Cottonwood, a quarter-mile south.
Back at Mingus High School, 2:52 left to go in the ball game. Marauder defense needs to come up with a big play. This is where you start stripping at that ball, getting a little pressure back there. I can't imagine SnowFlake's going to throw it. They hand off in the backfield. It's Caldwell, and the Marauders are looking like they're trying to tackle the football, but Lehigh Caldwell picks up a big gain on first down. I guess it's not that big of a gain. It's about 3 yards. But more importantly,
that was number 75.
The clock is running, and I think they called timeout. They did. SnowFlake calls timeout after the first down play. I think. I never saw the official mark it. Maybe Mingus called the timeout. 2:45 left to go. Jackie, we're on the road next week.
We are.
Back down to Glendale to take on the Cactus Cobras, a perennial powerhouse in Arizona.
Oh, they have been well-coached organization, and they come out with size. They come out with speed every year. I don't know where they grab them, where they grow them.
Yeah, right.
But
it's the same neighborhood that just continues to put together nice, solid football teams.
Yep, last year was a down year, and they only went 2 rounds into the playoffs.
Second round of the playoffs in a bad year, yeah.
Right, exactly. But the Cactus Cobras definitely looking to come back, and then after that, we'll be back at home for a special Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Paradise
Valley, another team that the Marauders know pretty well.
Yeah, well, we have definitely matched up with a few battles with the Trojans.
Yeah. We got North coming up. There's a team we haven't played, JB. Here's the snap and a look to run. It's Caldwell again to the right side. He's got about 2 more yards as he's knocked down at the 25-yard line and timeout. Mingus calls another timeout. That's their second now. And they'll have one more. It's 3rd down and long. So if they could stop them here, they might have a chance to get the ball back. Still 2:41 left to go. You never know in high school football. All you needed to do is get it back, get it in. Go onside, get it back, get it in again, get a couple 2-point conversions. We all go home happy. All these people that left already are listening to us on the radio. They'll be coming back, trying to get back in. They'll be at the gates going, no, once you leave, you can't come back in. Can't have your tickets stuff like they did with the Miami Heat, was it, in the NBA playoffs. All the people thought they were going to lose, so they left, and they started hearing, oh, wait, we're coming back. They tried to get back in. They held the doors closed. Yeah, you can't come back in.
Well, it depends on how many people are pushing on the doors at that point, right?
Yeah, right. Eventually, the security guy goes, $14.90 an hour? No.
Yeah.
This ain't worth $15 an hour. I ain't getting killed.
These guys are angry, and they saw my face.
Yeah, right. I don't get an escort out here like LeBron. 3rd down and 5 now as the Lobos come back to the line of scrimmage. Marauders defense looking for a big stop here. It's the play. Here's a snap, low snap. Picked up, hit in the backfield and down. There's the big play by the D. And it is Kitchen who gets up limping, but he makes a tackle in the backfield for a loss of about 6 yards that time. Lehigh Caldwell nowhere to go that time as Kitchen came through and lit him up. And now on 4th down and 9, the clock is rolling, and SnowFlake will most likely have to kick it away. Got to remember, their quarterback is their punter, and he already ran a fake punt for a 1st down earlier.
1, 2, 3 different 4th down conversions in this game by the Lobos.
And now they run a big fella back out on the field. They didn't have their left guard. And the Marauders get the ball back here. Here's the punt. It is a sidewinder punt taken at the 50-yard line to the 40-yard line. Now going outside and down at about the 36. A good return. The Marauders have field position here. Jesse Rios with a return of about 14 yards. And, well, no, they're going to mark him back at about the 38 now. So a return of 12 yards and a 1st down. 1:51 left to go here in the ball game. The Marauders are down by 2 scores and 1 2-point conversion, but they've got good field position here.
Well, quick strike, and Mingus has got to manufacture time quickly.
A little onside action. Let's get the score first. Navarez rolling left. Navarez sets his feet, throws, and it's almost intercepted again at about the 25-yard line. And it was the same guy, Porter Black, that had the beat on that one from his safety position.
Well, Navarez, that's the second read that he didn't do real well. I'm not exactly sure what he was looking to do, but the secondary, it's almost like they've gone into a prevent defense.
Remember the big play earlier with the pump fake and then going over the top? I think that's what you need to do here because this safety's just reading wherever he's looking. He's not moving his eyes off his target, and they're just running right to where he's looking. Navarez flushed out of the pocket now, and he's going to run, trying to get to the sideline. He's not going to make it. Inbounds.
Better hurry.
And the Marauders trying to hustle back to the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of 4 on the play to the, well, now it's 3 to the 35-yard line. Here's a snap on 3rd down and 7. Looking to throw deep. He's got Helsel. Oh, he is wide open, just overthrown at the 13-yard line. Helsel would have scored on the play, and now it's 4th down. And 6 yards to go from the 35-yard line with 1:22 left on the clock. The Marauders need to pick up the first down, if nothing else here.
Well, real quickly, we're going to find out that these are going to be cardiac kids this year, huh?
Yeah, we hope that. We hope they're cardiac in this game at least.
Or is it my cardiac?
Well, okay. I think it's both. One plays to the other. Here it is, 4th down and 6, a snap. And Navarez rolling left. Navarez throws, and it's through the hands of Rios. And he would have had to gain another yard or 2 to get a first down. And the Marauders turn it over on downs. 1:15 left to go. 36-21. SnowFlake with the lead, and they get the ball back on downs here at their own, where are they at, 35-yard line.
Well, they should be able to run out the clock. Mingus, I think, only has one more. No timeouts left. Okay. Well, opening night here, and unfortunately, Coach Young, who seems to be salivating over a White Mountain win, is not going to get it here tonight.
And the Lobos will line up in the victory formation. There's the snap, clock running. Mingus can't stop it. They'll have to snap it one more time. And the Marauders are going to fall to 0-1 on the new season. The SnowFlake Lobos will start out 1-0 after making a long trip to Cottonwood from SnowFlake. They're going to have a happier trip home. Trip's not so long with a win.
Nope. Next year we got to be on the road to see them too.
Yeah. The Marauders got their work cut out for them. They go up against what I believe is going to be a much tougher opponent next week in the Cactus Cobras. And it doesn't get any easier the week after that with the Paradise Valley Trojans.
No, in the schedule through their section, Flagstaff's supposed to be good this year. Right. Prescott obviously should be a contender. Bradshaw has always been competitive with Mingus.
Coco was 8-2 last year.
Yep.
It's not going to be an easy run this year for the Marauders.
Yeah, but nothing easy is worth doing.
Well, I like easy stuff. There's the snap, and that's going to end the game. The teams shake hands out on the field. Mingus Marauders feeling a little dejected here. I think they thought for sure this was the big win against the White Mountain team, and they came up short by a couple of touchdowns. And that's the end of the game. Final score, 36-21. The SnowFlake Lobos come to town and beat the Mingus Marauders here on opening night. Mingus back on the field next Friday from Glendale Cactus High School. If you can't make it down to Glendale for the football game next Friday night, be sure to tune in here to KYBC AM 1600 or 96.3 FM for all the live play-by-play action. All right, fans, let's take a quick break right here. We'll get in a word from some of our tremendous sponsors, and we'll be back to Mingus High School for the post-game show coming up after this.
Digitel, a Verizon premium wireless retailer. Come in today for the latest from America's largest and most reliable wireless network, including nationwide unlimited talk from Motorola, LG, Samsung, Apple, and HTC. Find Digitel, your Verizon premium wireless retailer, in the Flagstaff Mall, in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street, in Payson at 401 North Beeline Highway, and in Prescott with locations in the Prescott Gateway Mall, Willow Crossroads, and the shops at Prescott Gateway.
Remember all those rules you heard as a child?
Do not play with fire.
You'll always remember those rules.
Don't sit so close to the screen.
But now there are times you may have to challenge those rules.
Stay inside the lines.
And bending those rules may even lead to a career.
Pick up your toys, kids.
Imagine all the possibilities. When you venture out to make your life your own, remember the rules, but don't be afraid to take chances. Explore your sense of wonder. Feed your curiosity. Yavapai College. Life explored.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips, with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Texaco fuel with your Safeway Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to pick up those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here.
With something for everyone.
At the Suzy Q Market.
Next to KFC on Main Street, Cottonwood.
Go Marauders!
Would you rather recycle like this or like this? Clean Recycling processes over 95% of the materials collected as opposed to under 20% with other processes. Just add a recycling container and your recycling materials end up recycled instead of in the landfill. Just one of the many reasons Taylor Waste has been voted #1 for the past 8 years in a row.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Welcome to the Digitel Verizon Wireless Post-Game Report. Digitel, a Verizon premium wireless retailer in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game, including highlights, stats, and the announcement of the player of the game. The Digitel Verizon Wireless Post-Game Report starts now. Here's Zach Calandra.
Back at Mingus High School, home opener does not go well for the Mingus Marauders here tonight. They gave up the first 3 scores of the game, scored the next 2, but then ended up losing by a final score of 36-21 to the SnowFlake Lobos. This is our post-game report brought to you by Verizon Wireless and Digitel. Jackie, not the way we thought things were going to go here tonight for the Mingus Marauders. Their line in the scrimmage looked really good, moved the ball, moved the line back and forth, controlled the line of scrimmage. Tonight, not so much here with SnowFlake, and SnowFlake was able to come up with big plays from their big-time quarterback, and that was the difference in tonight's ball game.
Well, he was so versatile on the ground, in the air. He's a heck of an athlete, no doubts about it, and without him, this team would be considerably different. But, you know, they had supporting roles from a lot of different directions, and they did not show a lot out here today at all, which makes you kind of wonder whether or not their playbook is considerably deeper, and they chose not to use it. They only showed like 2 or 3 different formations here at a double tight end formation, and pretty much run up the middle, somebody make a hole, you just don't know which guy is going, and a lot of times it was the quarterback Reedhead, and he certainly made the Marauders pay. Three 4th down conversions during the course of the game, including one being the final touchdown of the game for the Lobos, and it was rather dejecting for the Mingus Marauders here today. However, you know what? You got to bounce back. There is a long season left to go. Put this one behind you, but I think there's plenty to learn for the Marauders.
Well, for sure, teams grow the most between the first and the second game. Scrimmage game doesn't really count that much. This is when it really counts, and this is the time that a team will grow the most between game number 1 and game number 2, and that's good for Mingus because game number 2, Cactus Cobras, is not going to be a team who's going to wait for you to come in there to lay down for you.
No, certainly not, but something I got to say, Mingus, who has usually relied on their run most of the time, showed the ability to put the ball up in the air.
Yeah, that may have been their better attack tonight, was through the air.
Well, it had to be because SnowFlake just dominated that line of scrimmage, and we weren't able to run the ball. However, we'll see. I think Mingus will improve tremendously on its misdirection runs, and that'll prove to be a very strong possibility for the Mingus Marauders here tonight. Let's go through some of the scoring plays. Unfortunately, for the Marauders, it didn't end up their way. 2:20 left to go in the first quarter, and the Lobos would strike first. Well, guess who? How about Reedhead? 9 yards up the gut. This would be his first touchdown of the game, and boy, they just run. It's like 8 different blockers through the same hole and create a funnel, and out spouts the quarterback with 6 points, and the extra point by Keegan K was good, and they led 7-0 at that point. They would score again, but it would be in the second quarter. 27 left to go. a 1-yard plunge this time, and they would bring in Alex Solomon, that 72 kid, to be a fullback. Lead blocker, takes his man out, just takes the defensive end, actually the linebacker at that point, Kitchen, and leaves about a 3-foot hole for his quarterback to run through. That is enough, and it was up 15. They were
3-foot hole's pretty good.
Well, yeah, no, that's not too bad, huh?
You could make it through that.
Yeah. I probably could, even blindfolded, huh?
Yeah. You just don't want what happens when that hole closes. Not anymore.
Not without pads, right? The 2-point conversion,
on the ground.
An attempted or a pass over to the corner was good to Porter from Reedhead, and it was 15-0 very quickly in the first half. And then the Lobos would come back and score once again. Score again, making it 22-0.
Yep.
This one also a quarterback keeper,
Right
also a 1
72.
yard. And this time he has to squeeze a little tighter. That was only a 1.5 hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he'll get he'll get in for the score. Keegan Kay adds the extra point, and it was 22-0. And then it could have been 22-0 at halftime, but Mingus.
No, right. Fortunately, Mingus was able to come back and muster up a little offense of their own.
Put together a drive right at the end of the first half. 32 seconds left to go, and Navarez takes a page out of Reedhead's book and does a 1-yard run himself. But and he would get in. Now, interesting. Hanks gets kind of held up, but he would have made it. The second man would have been Broyles. He would have made it. Navarez keeps it himself. He gets the touchdown right there. Jacobo adds the extra point, and Mingus was on the board by a score of 22-7. That was your halftime score. And Mingus started to have the momentum a little bit. 38 yards of passes to Kitchen set up that score, plus another good run by Navarez, an 18-yard scamper on that particular drive. And Mingus was able to do that. Come back, and they get the ball back in 6 plays from the SnowFlake Lobos, and then drive the field once again, and a 14-yard run by Navarez would be the second score for the Mingus Marauders, and this one in the third quarter. Great job, seal blocks outside, gets away from the man in the backfield, and does a great job just running around everybody, gets a perfect block from the safety there, coming out and taking up the linebacker who was pursuing, and Jacobo misses the field, or the extra point rather, off to the right, and so Mingus was now trailing by 8, 22-13. But I think all Mingus Marauder fans at that particular point thought that the momentum had switched over to the Mingus Marauders. Unfortunately, SnowFlake decides to take it back, and they do so in fine fashion. A 22-yard scamper by Caldwell, who in the second half seemed to be faster than he was in the first half. He goes up the middle and does a great job just eluding the Mingus Marauders with a phenomenal cut right there and into the end zone. That was after a timeout, but too big of a hole up the middle for the Mingus Marauders, and the extra point by Keegan Kay was good, and they extended their lead to 29-13. Mingus would answer back yet once again. Fourth quarter action, 7:32, and Mingus would make it a game again. This time, a 3-yard pass. Navarez finds Kitchen off the fake. No, Hanks doesn't have it. Kitchen, turn around because the ball's going to be in the air. There it is. Great hands, and then he beats his man to the corner. Now, I want to throw in a great block downfield by Rios, taking that corner and just cutting that corner off so the Kitchen had no competition getting into the end zone. Great block by Rios. He's going to do some good things this year for the Mingus Marauders. The 2-point conversion, Mingus went for it. Navarez finds Helzel in the corner, and we had a ball game, an 8-point ball game once again, 29-21. And then Mingus has its opportunities and unfortunately cannot convert, has to give the ball back to the Lobos. The Lobos go down the field, and then with 3:25 left to go, 4th down and about 3 for the Lobos, and they get a 11-yard jump pass. Reed finds Black. Now look at this jump pass if you're watching Channel 2, Cable 1, and Suddenlink Channel 2. Oh, I'm going to run it. No, I'm going to throw it. And after he had kept running up the middle, that became just an automatic open play. Mingus obviously didn't respect the pass at that particular point, but nor would you be expecting it. Great call by the Lobos.
And the quarterback drew everybody to the line when he tucked it to run to the line. As soon as he got up there, he just jumped up. All the linebackers already collapsed to stop it, and just easy toss right over the top.
He had only one receiver downfield. This was a do or die.
All right, only guy he needed.
Yep, exactly. And, I mean, that was a big risk because that could look really ugly. It really could on a 4th down conversion attempt. But it was good, and the extra point by Keegan was good as well. So 36-21 our final, and Mingus drove the field, and Navarez throws his first and only interception of the game on the final drive for the Mingus Marauders deep in Lobo territory, right around the goal line. And unfortunately, Mingus's drive to come back within 8 points fails there. But still, a back and forth game. Mingus just, gave up the early lead and was not able to recover, Zach.
Yeah, and they never did get the lead. They got behind, they got close, but they never were able to tie it or gain a lead. And next week gets a little tougher with Cactus coming up. All right, fans, let's take a quick break right here. We'll get a word from our sponsors. We'll be back with more of the post-game report brought to you by Digitel and Verizon Wireless. We'll be back to the cave right after this.
Your money. Locally owned and grown, Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros will beat any competitor. Bring your best deal and they'll beat it on price, total service, tire quality, and arguably the best nationwide warranty. For 24 months or 24,000 miles and available at 30,000 locations coast to coast. Get more miles for your money every day from your hometown team, Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. There are now 3 varieties of Doritos Locos Tacos at Taco Bell. Nacho Cheese, Cool Ranch, and the new Fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Convenient hours, drive-thru, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
The Victory Red Tag Model Year End event. We're clearing out the last of our 2013 bikes. Now's the time to jump on our best deals on the best bikes on the planet. Get up to $2,000 in rebates, 0.99% financing, and a 5-year powertrain warranty. Get one while you still can.
Visit Cottonwood Motorsports at Route 260 and Western Drive.
Hi, I'm John Andretti for Window World, America's largest replacement window company. Made in the USA. That's a powerful statement. It's also our story. Window World was born here, and the products we sell and install are made here. Our stores are locally owned, so your money goes to work here in our community. We think that making American homes more energy efficient goes hand in hand with protecting American jobs. Window World, American made, American owned.
Visit the new location at 101 Air Park Road in Cottonwood. Call 649-9111, ROC number 286642.
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Mingus High School, final score here tonight in the home opener. The Marauders go down 36-21 to the SnowFlake Lobos. It's been a weekend for Lobos. The Cottonwood Middle School Lobos came out with a big win this week, JB. That's good news.
Yep, over Payson, 46-20, the final score on that one. They won't play again until next Thursday. I think they're on the road up at Williams.
That should be a good game, too. Williams always has a good team.
It does indeed. In fact, High Desert Youth Football just around the corner, as well as Northern Arizona Youth Football. Let's see, we've got the Bears and Cardinals matching up, both Cottonwood teams in the first game. That is not this Saturday. That is the following Saturday, which would be the 7th, and that one will be in Cottonwood as well. Some of the other games that are coming up, the Colts will start with Page at home. On September 7th.
That's good.
That's a heck of a road game for one of those squads. And over in Camp Verde, they'll be on the road. The Cowboys Blue will be actually home against Baghdad, and the Cowboys White will be home against the Chino Cougars. And for the little guys, the Marauders, well, they'll start at home against the Chino Cougars. And for the little guy Lobos, they are away at Wickenburg.
That's all a week away. That's not tomorrow.
That is
Let
right.
everybody know. That starts next week.
Right. That is September 7th. September 7th. And the Cottonwood Panthers, which is the Majors division, they'll match up with the Titans. And I think they're
they're going to be pretty good this year.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be better.
The Panthers should be, indeed.
Yeah.
But,
all right, fans, speaking of football, how about tonight? We have some numbers we got to go through for this Mingus Marauder team. Micah Navarra has actually had a pretty decent night throwing the ball.
He did. 196 yards throwing the ball for the Mingus Marauders. 1 touchdown, 1 interception throwing the ball. Also had a rushing touchdown as well. Right. 14 of 23 on the game. 14 of 23 on the game, which is not too bad as far as a percentage. And had a streak of 9 out of 10 and a touchdown. In fact, 9 in a row at one particular point. Receiving the ball, Rios had 3 receptions and 69 yards, averaging 23 yards per carry. Had 1 for 45 yards out there. Running the ball, Navarez had 63 yards on the game. Dakota Hanks, 8 carries, 27 yards. 6 carries and 13 yards for Helso from the line of scrimmage. Only 4 carries and 17 yards from Kitchen on the game. And we had a couple of people that didn't actually get to run the ball. Tiffany didn't run the ball. Thagard didn't run the ball. We expected to see them run the ball a little bit, but when we had to throw the ball a lot, that's when we had to go in the air. And Rios, the leading receiver on the game, Karen had a reception for 11 yards for the Mingus Marauders, and 3 receptions, 52 yards for Kitchen, 6 receptions and 53 yards on the game for Helsel. Out of the backfield, catching the ball. A couple of those were
out
just
in the flat
receiver screens, right?
Yep, just out on the flat, and especially on that last drive. And I think that was just a case of Mingus just trying to get the ball into their speedsters' hands and hope that they can come up with something. And yeah, that might be something for them to play with here as the season goes along.
It is a weapon, and it's a weapon that could break it. Break one just about at any particular time.
Right. Whenever you have speed, you have a chance.
You do indeed. In fact, Hessel almost had a receiving touchdown right at the end. Just barely overthrown. In fact, one of the few that we saw overthrown here tonight by Navarez. It was really a touch pass, and he was on the run when he was going to throw it. Kind of a little bit of against his body, too. So.
And on the other side of things, SnowFlake had a real nice night as well. Their quarterback did a great job running the ball. He did a nice job throwing the ball when he had to, and they had a lot of big plays tonight. They had a lot of more than 10-yard plays tonight.
Well, not only that, but they also had the 2 yards when they needed it,
right?
Which was absolutely key. Mingus had stop after stop after stop, and then Reedhead would run up the middle again. 19 carries for 73 yards. Look, I mean, he's averaging just under 4 yards per carry, but
total yards aren't that far off.
No, I mean, it really isn't. He had there was 238 rushing yards, 120 passing yards on the game, and throwing the ball, he was 8 for 13, 129 yards and 1 touchdown. Extremely efficient out there for the game, but it was when they got him is when it was most important. Once again, 3 fourth down conversions. Mingus was 0 for 2 on 4th down conversions here tonight.
Right. Yeah, well, Mingus has got some work to do. They know that. They'll get a chance to do it. They'll look at some tapes. They'll look at different things, and they'll grow a lot out of this game. And that's the big thing, is if they can continue to get better every week is the ultimate goal. It's not to be playing your best football in the first week. You want to win, but it's not the goal is not to be playing your best football in the first week. It's to make the playoffs and be playing your best football at the end of the year.
Game 14.
Yeah, that's when you want to be playing your best football.
Absolutely. And speaking of best, we still have to choose a player of the game, huh?
All right. Well, I guess we'll do that when we come back.
We will.
We'll be back to Mingus High School with your player of the game coming up right after this.
Here in the Verde Valley, it's always a great time to ride. And for all your cycle needs, it's always a great time to visit D&K Service Cycle and ATV. Their certified technicians can keep your street bike or your dirt bike in tip-top shape year-round. Stop in and check out the full inventory of riding gear. At D&K, they can help sell your good used motorcycles too. Go to dkservicecycle.com and find out about the consignment program. D&K Service Cycle and ATV in Cottonwood, a quarter-mile south of Walmart.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Back at Mingus High School, final score here, 36-21. The SnowFlake Lobos come to town and leave with a victory over the Mingus Marauders. Mingus now 0-1 on the season and heading down on the road to Cactus next week. Player of the game here tonight brought to you by Digitel Verizon Wireless. It's going to be Micah Navarez. The quarterback for the Mingus Marauders tonight, had a good night throwing the ball, scored a touchdown running the ball, and he will be our opening week Digitel Verizon Wireless player of the game.
Well, he did a fantastic job, especially when his team needed him to step up and start throwing the ball. And 169 yards in the air. Luke Simmons did it. Vaca did it. Some of the best quarterbacks, Jay Arthur did it. Some of the best quarterbacks in the history of the Mingus Marauders have been able to step up and do that in the
Ryan
when
Stokes.
you have to. There you go. And so he's fallen right in line with some other successful Mingus Marauder quarterbacks. So, I think they're going to be okay in that category. Now, defensively, probably the two biggest hits of the game came from Broyles.
Yeah.
Anthony Broyles.
And Levi Collins had a couple there towards the end as well. We're supposed to have interceptions.
Right.
So we got to talk to the coaching staff about that because we need interceptions. Because we have our Larry Green Chevrolet pick of the week.
Right.
And we're not picking the Camaro. I mean, we are, but
we are.
We're talking about a pick, an interception, and we didn't get one of those tonight. So we don't really have our Larry Green Chevrolet pick of the week. So we're going to change it a little bit here.
Yes.
And a player that picked a reception out of the air, I think, will be our Larry Green Chevrolet pick of the week. And I think it was Rios, wasn't it? They had a real nice catch there over the middle. They got the Marauders into scoring position.
45 yards, and you're right, it put him in scoring position, and nothing gets you into scoring position faster than a 2011 Camaro Gray. 20,600 miles and 23,000 and change, which I was talking to Travis. He said this is like the lowest priced Camaro with those kind of miles within like 500 miles or something like that, which is absolutely amazing.
Awesome. And you can see the Larry Green Chevrolet sign from right here in the cave.
Oh, my goodness, you can.
All right,
Since
fans.
I got new glasses, I can.
You can see it now. There you go. Hey, we're going to have all kinds of good numbers for you this year. All right, fans, for Jackie Bessler, I'm Zach Calandra. We'd like to thank you for tuning in for our first broadcast of the season of Mingus Marauder football. Unfortunately, we didn't come away with a win. We'll try to do better next week. 36-21 was our final score here tonight. SnowFlake with the victory. We'd like to thank all of our camera people and our producer, Ryan Nichols, along with Brian Saravo back in the studio there, keeping us live and on the air. And JB on the road next week down to Glendale to take on the Cactus Cobras. I hope everybody has a chance to tune into that one. And let's root the Marauders on to a big victory. We'll talk to you next week from Glendale.
This has been the Digitel Verizon Wireless Post-Game Report. Digitel, a Verizon Wireless premium wireless retailer in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street. Join Yavapai Broadcasting Sports next week for more Mingus Marauder football right here on AM 1600 and Verde Valley Television Cable 1 Channel 2 or online at verdevalleytv.com.